Anyone else like to share? How about you in the back with the glasses, sir?
My name's Bobby, and I am an addict.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
You know, you folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers.
Hey, Bobby.
These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's dealing?
Please.
Who's that?
All right, let's roll. The Monday Night Meltdown has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between, from Costa Rica to California, Montreal to Minnesota. We were ready to go a couple of minutes ago, but the link was set to private. So like we have to do usually once or twice a week, we had to reboot, restart, reload. Let's go. I like the Angels tonight, but the Angels are up to minus 230 right now. I guess this game's going off the board here in a couple of minutes. Oh, it's minus 250 right now. Yeah, I really don't know what we're supposed to do with this. We'll keep our eye on the scoreboard right now, but you know, we got one game going off the board here tonight. I think it just started, actually. Yeah, there's one out in the first. Like, really, what are you going to do with this? Giolito is on the hill for the White Sox, so really, it's run line or nothing, unless you want to be ballsy and take the Chicago White Sox like I was ballsy, and I took the Oakland Athletics on the road this evening and the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I guess, you know, we laid a run and a half here. Do I love this? No. It is what it is. I'm not laying minus 2 motherfucking 70 with the Angels right now. So minus 125 it is. Let's just hope Mike Trout hits a fucking grand slam or something. Giolito's on the hill. He is highly flammable. Yeah, it's not like the Angels are fucking great or anything. I should have just bet everything that I owned and had in all my accounts on the fucking Boston Red Sox tonight. 5-0 for the Red Sox. We'll keep our eye on this. Yeah, you know what? I like the Pittsburgh Pirates. I really wasn't going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates till I realized they were on a 9-game win streak. And then, you know, what do I always talk about? The Cleveland Indians are money burners. Cleveland Indians are money burners. And Cam put the Cleveland Indians in a parlay tonight, and I thought, you know what? It's a recipe for disaster. I can't do it. So instead, I put the fucking Yankees in a parlay. And, of course, the Yankees are losing 7-6 right now. I don't know. Maybe they can come back. Yankees are actually batting right now. Oh, they were batting. No, now we're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. So we'll keep our eye on that as well. Chicago Cubs are getting beat up right now. It's 6-1 for Arizona. We're supposed to get this Angel game actually on TV here. Except I think it doesn't, you know, does it come on? Oh, there it is. All right. I thought maybe it was on the same channel the Cubs game was on, but no. Oh, great. There's a fucking hit for the White Sox. Looks like a double. He's out. There's the Chicago White Sox for you. Hey, maybe you should have stayed on first. Just as I tune in, there's a hit for the White Sox, and Sanchez tried to turn it into a double. It was a bad idea. All right, so there's 2 out here. So hopefully the Angels can win this game by a run and a half. So welcome to the program. Welcome to the show. I guess it's baseball night here tonight. I got to be honest with you. Like, the dog days of summer are a real thing, like for sports media and sports hosts. And you notice a lot of people do vacations around this time of the year and stuff. Now, listen, I can get through any day of the year, 365, right? But today is kind of the first night tonight where I'm like, you know, there really isn't a whole hell of a lot motherfucking going on. Now, there's a couple of things to break down, but it's really a baseball night tonight. We'll talk some baseball. We've got some stupid stories to talk about. Maybe a little NFL football. Never a bad time of the year to talk about the NFL. Holy fuck. The White Sox just hit a home run. See, this is fucking what I was talking about. I was thinking if we could have fucking waited, we'd get a better number right now. And instead, now we got to win by a run and a half. What's the new number now? What's the new number going to be? Angels minus 185. See, if I would have fucking just waited a couple of fucking minutes, I'd rather lay minus 185 than minus 120 on minus 1.5. All right. Fortunately, Giolito's pitching for the White Sox. Except you know what it's like with baseball, man. Anytime a dude is supposed to be a terrible pitcher, he always pitches well. Like, what we need is the Dodgers to come through. And I'm sure I'm not the only one on the Dodgers here tonight. Fucking Dodgers blew a lead. They came back. They tied it. It's 5-5 right now. 7-0 for the Pirates. That's a good pick. So, I should hit with the Red Sox. They're up 5-0. I went bigger on the Red Sox, too. I went a little smaller on on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, the St. Louis Cardinals, man, these guys are just unfucking believable, aren't they? Fuck. These guys have a no motherfucking hitter going. Did they end up losing the game when it was all said and done? You go from having a no hitter through fucking 8 innings to losing a fucking game? Bud Norris is a fucking piece of shit. Like, this guy really is just a fucking gas can. He's just a dickhead, too. We talked about I'll have to do another one. Yeah, the Cardinals. Yeah, Bud Norris is terrorizing like a rookie pitcher on the Cardinals. What's the kid's name? Jordan Hicks. He's terrorizing the kid, teaching him the ropes of baseball. You're Bud Norris. You fucking suck, bro. Your name is Bud. Fuck. Like, whose name is Bud? The only person is Bud is fucking Bud Norris and that fucking kid Bud from Married with Children. It's like, you're Bud Norris, fuck. Like, you shouldn't be trying to teach anybody anything besides fucking like just shutting up and learning how to stay in the major leagues. Like, you're fucking terrible. Like, Bud Norris is a leader in the clubhouse. No wonder your team is shit, fuck. Fucking, when Bud Norris is a fucking leader, fuck, you got a problem. All right, I got to hit this fucking, this link out now. Whatever. The best part was last week, SBR asked me why there's always multiple links for shows and stuff like that. And I basically stated because you guys set the links wrong all the time. Not to be a dick, but that's just, I'm just saying, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I got an email telling me like maybe I should go through a troubleshoot class about how to handle YouTube. And I responded, I said, or you could not fuck the links up when you sent them to me the first time. We could do that too. we could do that too. Hey, I take it in stride, but I don't appreciate getting emails about it in the morning. I don't appreciate Big Will. The link is wrong. What do you want me to do? All right. I'm a fucking host. I don't make the links. Okay. Yeah, I don't make the links. Okay. They send me the links. I use the links. But let me fucking delete the wrong. Let me delete the wrong link now. All right. Why do I fucking know? Why do I fucking know that? Why do I know the Dodgers are going to fuck us here? We'll hope for the best. We'll try to stay positive. All right, the Dodgers actually have a runner on first with nobody out. So this is just fucking great, isn't it? We take the Angels minus a 1.5, and 2 minutes later, that fucking motherfucker hits a home run. All right, let's just put up like 6 runs in the first here. Come on. As I stated, we've got a puncher's chance with Giolito on the hill. All right, so yeah, we'll track the baseball here this evening. We'll track the baseball here this evening. Talk a little football. Talk a little football as well. As Johnny Manziel will finally get an opportunity to play in the Canadian Football League. Johnny Manziel was traded last night from the Hamilton Tiger Cats to the Montreal Alouettes. I predicted this move to happen last week, if you recall. And, you know, Johnny Manziel wasn't brought to the Canadian Football League to sit on the bench. And, you know, June Jones had his opportunity, didn't want to use him. But I think that the Hamilton Tiger Cats could regret this move. Jeremiah Masoli is throwing. Like, people think that Masoli's having some sort of great year and stuff because they look at his stats. And I think Masoli, you know, might be the first dude actually in CFL history, maybe. Or a long motherfucker. It's hard to believe, actually. When I saw the stat, I was blown away. Like, I think it's 11 straight weeks where he's thrown for 300 yards or more. Or 11 straight games or whatever. But so what? You know, so motherfucking what? You throw the ball 48 fucking times. You throw the ball like fucking 3 yards. Like, everything is just these little fucking dunks all the time. Hamilton's offense isn't any good. You know, June Jones's offense is not suited for professional football. It just isn't. He's running like this Hawaii fucking spread pop gun bullshit. It doesn't work. You know, it works in high school and it works in college. And the only reason spread offenses were invented and teams did the old let's spread it out and stuff is because they were getting their ass kicked on the line of scrimmage. It's sort of an equalizer, except it doesn't work at the professional level. Like, the other teams know you're not going to throw it deep. We know your stupid little plays, your little hitches and all this. They don't go anywhere, right? You notice right now, like, teams are anticipating everything Hamilton does all the time. Now, that's on June Jones, not to Masoli's fault, but nevertheless. Johnny Manziel might actually be good now. And the Hamilton Tiger Cats did the Montreal Alouettes a big favor by actually, you know, Johnny Manziel's gotten used to the Canadian Football League now. Even though he hasn't played in a regular season game, he's been in the league for 6 weeks. He's been on the sidelines. He's been in practices. So I don't know. I haven't seen anything. Maybe you guys know. I haven't seen anything about Johnny Manziel. About Johnny Manziel starting the football game on Thursday night this week, but from what I understand, he is. I can't confirm this, but I believe the thought process is, listen, he's not worse than what we have. Now, there's no line for the football game right now because of the questionable status of the quarterback situation. But I'll tell you what, man, the Montreal Alouettes battled the Calgary Stampeders pretty hard the other night, and they covered the number on Saturday. You know, the Alouettes have been blown out once. Here's Mike Trout. Come on, hit a home run. The Alouettes lost 56-10 in week 2. Other than that, they haven't lost a football game by more than 12 points, actually. So their defense is somewhat competitive. I think Johnny Manziel is going to give them a puncher's chance, but it might take a couple of weeks. You can't expect miracles from Johnny, you know, right away in week 1, but I expect him to make a couple of plays. Now, I'm of the belief, I don't think Johnny Manziel is going to destroy the CFL. He'd need to be on a good team and be, you know, really in a good situation. And the Alouettes are not a good team, but he's in a good situation because he's going to get to play right away right now. Now, I called this. I said that Manziel would get traded to the Alouettes. The second part of my prediction is Terrell Owens signs with the Montreal Alouettes. And I think now the fact that they have Johnny Manziel, this will help and facilitate it too. They brought in a Darius Bowman today. Remember the Oklahoma State wide receiver, longtime Edmonton Eskimo. He used to be a fucking monster and one of the best receivers in the Canadian Football League. But he has aged. He's slowed down. He's not great anymore. The Alouettes are desperate, right? They're looking to do fucking anything right now, which is why I think they will sign Terrell Owens. Now, Terrell Owens wants to play in the National Football League, but hey, who doesn't, right? So Terrell Owens is 44 motherfucking years old. He's not going to be playing in the NFL. They're not even inviting him to the Hall of Fame fucking ceremony. He doesn't want to go, but they're not even going to say his fucking name, right? Like, you think they're going to sign this fucking guy? He's a head case. He's 44 years old and he's a head case. Like, dude, you're going into the Hall of Fame. Fuck. You can't play in the NFL if you go into the Hall of Fame. Like, I don't know what part of this he doesn't understand. But he released a video a couple of days ago of him running a 4.4, which is pretty fucking fast, especially for a 44-year-old. So he ran a 4.4, which is pretty impressive. Now, I've said this over the last couple of days about Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens doesn't drink. Like, I'm not saying the guy's a Mormon and, he's Mitt Romney and he's never had a drink in his fucking life. But generally, Terrell Owens is not, we're not talking about someone that's fucking partied a lot in his life. The guy's a workout freak, right? He's always been in very, very good shape. Like, his conditioning has never been an issue. And even at 44, I still think he could play. He could play in the Canadian Football League. Now, would he be a star in the CFL? No. But he could play. And I think if you're Terrell Owens, you see Johnny Manziel in Montreal right now. And, I brought it up before. Ocho Cinco, who Terrell Owens is good friends with, played for the Montreal Alouettes. There was a hit and run. Angels got something going on here, 1st and 3rd. So if you're the Montreal Alouettes, you get Johnny Manziel, you get Terrell Owens, that'll sell some tickets. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Like, the Montreal Alouettes are struggling to sell tickets. The Alouettes are struggling to sell tickets right now. And they're fucking terrible. So what do they have to lose? I was talking to a buddy in Montreal last night, and he told me he's going to the game Thursday now. He goes, I wasn't going to go before, but now Manziel's here, I'm going to go. People are going to want to see Manziel play. And the ratings will be pretty good now, too, because a lot of people in the States watch CFL games. They're like, where's Manziel? Where's Manziel? Finally, they'll get to see fucking Manziel. And the thing is, the Dodgers are, the Dodgers base is loaded right now. I was going to say, the Alouettes are so bad that he's going to play every game. Speaking of so bad, it's crazy how bad Cole Hamels is at home. All right, the Dodgers have the bases loaded. Who's up, though? I hope it's Manny Machado, because no one else on the fucking team can get a clutch hit to save their lives. The Dodgers are the fucking kings of having the bases loaded and getting nothing out of it. I don't want to jinx this or anything, but listen, I'm a lifelong Dodger fan. I'm aware, right? The Dodgers are like Michigan State, Like Michigan State need like 4 fucking shots under the basket to put it home. That's the Dodgers. The Dodgers need to load the bases like 6 times, and then, they'll get a sacrifice fly. It's like before. Manny Machado got a fucking triple, sacrifice fly after. How come you just couldn't fucking bat him in? Try to get a stream open here, but I'm having a hard time. Oh, there we go.
and it's 1-1. Yeah, he just hasn't been as sharp with it.
Come on, LA, bust this shit open. Dodgers 26-7, man. These guys are fucking rolling on the road. Oh, wild pitch.
Verdugo. And the Dodgers take the lead.
Yeah, that's a way. That's a good way to fucking. That's a good way to get a fucking run. The Dodgers never get hits with the bases loaded. They just helped us out with that wild pitch. Yeah, pass ball, wild pitch. Hey, we'll take it. I could really use a I could really use. I could use a Yankee comeback, but I'm not counting on it. Looks like the White Sox got out of it. One nothing. They got out of it. It's going to the second inning right now. Fucking Angels had runners on first and third. Didn't get anything out of it. See if the Dodgers can break this shit open. No lead is safe in baseball, as we know. No lead is safe. So, as we were saying, Johnny Manziel now with the Montreal Alouettes. I'm curious to see how the odds makers are going to regard Johnny. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of hype, and I think the all right, here comes Gabe Kapler. Why don't you get the fuck out of here, Jim Beam? All you do is come here to talk shit. Fuck, you're gone. Bye-bye. Who's an idiot now? Who's an idiot now? I like that. Take a hike. I haven't heard that. That's like a good 70s. Take a hike. What's up, Millhouse? Well, I don't pay attention to every fucking second in the chat here, but I saw the crack about Big Man, and then I saw him call us all idiots about Oakland and shit. And he admitted to being in control the other night. Whatever. He can create a new fucking name and hop in, I'm sure. We got Ura here. Where's Ura at? Either Ura, you have like a fan base on Twitter, or you're on Twitter under not Ura. Listen, I'm on Twitter today, and I'm going through Twitter, and I see this fucking James Woods tweet. All right, I don't like James Woods. I don't want to see James Woods tweets. What's up, Ura? No, there's no problem, Ura. I got no issue with you, but somebody says that I treat you unfairly. I'm like, treat Ura unfairly. I've never spoken to Ura in my life. Like, Somebody's like, you treat Ura unfairly because he's a conservative in the chat. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. I don't even know fucking what Ura fucking political affiliation is. Yeah, I tweeted today. All I said is, listen, I don't want to see James Woods' fucking tweets. Like, I unfollow people. No, I've got no issue with Ura. This isn't an attack on Ura. It's not an attack on Ura. I'm just bringing up that what happened today is that I tweeted out this morning that I'm going to unfollow people because I see these fucking alt-right type tweets and shit. And no, I'm not a pinko commie, as I got tweeted after. But I see these alt-right tweets, and I don't want to see what I don't care what James Woods is tweeting about. I don't want to know. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it. And so all I tweeted was, I fucking going to unfollow people who retweet James Woods. I don't care. And as I tweeted, I said, you're free to fucking tweet and retweet who you want, but I'm also free to not want to see it. So I'm not judging anybody. If you want to follow James Woods, knock yourself fucking out. I don't care. He's a great actor, but he's a shithead. So anyways, then some dude tweets me about how I treat fucking conservatives unfairly. I treat people like Ura. And he even said Ura. He goes, like that poor Ura guy in the chat. You treat him poorly because he's a Trump fan. I don't even know if you're a Trump fan, fuck. I don't know if he's a Trump. I don't know if he's a Trump fan. I've got no issues with Ura, all right? I've got no issues with Ura. I've got an issue with James Woods. James Woods is talking about how he's blackballed. It's like, dude, if you would stop tweeting out fucking shit about Pizzagate, maybe you would maybe you'd get hired, fuck. It's like Roseanne Barr the other night saying she's back again. She's like, I got fired because I'm a Trump supporter. It's like, you stupid skank. You got put on TV because you're a Trump supporter. The show, like, that's how you got the show. You got taken off of TV because you're a racist bitch, not because you're a Trump supporter. Anyways. Of course the Rays won, fuck. Oh, 7-5 for the Dodgers now, so at least they get a little bit of a cushion here, a little bit of insurance. Cody Bellinger's up right now. There's only one out still, and the bases are still loaded, so the Dodgers could really blow this open. Credit to Phillies fans. They're staying in the park at least, fucking still packed. Phillies are having a nice year, man. Look, Philly sports on fire. Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. Double play. No, they got him in a rundown. And the inning comes to an end, 7-5. But yeah, you look at the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia 76ers, they're annoying, but they are good. I mean, they made it to the playoffs. They're getting better. The Philadelphia Phillies are what? They're leading the division. They're right there. And NFL football is around the corner once again. The Philadelphia Flyers had a nice little run. No one ever really thought they were going to win the cup or anything like that. What's up, Wally George? Yes, I am entering the Super Contest this year. Oh, and Villanova won it. Sorry. And Villanova won. Thanks, Pittsburgh Brew. What's up, bro? What up, Wally George? Yeah. The Dodgers and the Yankees is a dream World Series. But I think that the Red Sox and the Dodgers is like just as cool. Now, I'm pretty good. Like, whenever we were doing the baseball trivia and shit, I don't know, man. How many times have the Dodgers? I don't think they've ever played the World Series. I don't think they've ever. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, fuck off. Yes, I have ad blocker on. Subscribe. No, I'm not subscribing to the Boston Globe right now. Fuck. I'm looking here. There was a time in Cleveland. I don't know. Where's any baseball historians? I don't think they've ever fucking played in the World Series. The Dodgers and the Red Sox. If you, like I said earlier, if you ask me right now, that's the Yankees aren't going to the World Series, guys. The Yankees are overrated. They're good, but their pitching blows. And you can't win a World Series hitting home runs. You're not going to slug your way to a World Series. Number one, the weather is a lot colder. It's fucking, they play baseball late now too. Like October, it's November now and shit. Right? So the weather is a lot cooler. The ball doesn't travel as much. Number two, you're not playing, when you play 162 games, you're only getting like aces once or twice around once every 5 games. And as we see, pitching is at an all-time low in Major League Baseball right now. Half these fucking teams in baseball don't even have a fucking pitcher. Is this a home run? Please, come on. Fuck no. Right to the wall. They don't even have, look at all these teams, man. Nobody even has starting pitchers anymore. Like the new thing in baseball this year, the new trend is just start your bullpen. Bullpen by committee start. You know what I mean? So that's in the regular season. You get into the playoffs, you're pitching, you're facing against good 3 guys. So you're basically seeing three starters who are elite starters and shit. And you can't expect to go deep on these guys all the time. Was I an Expo fan in 1981? I was torn that day. It was sad. It was sad. Like I said, it was a tough day. Look, I grew up in Montreal, so I was an Expo fan. But I was also a Dodger fan. I was a big Dodger fan when I was a kid. Kind of weird. I became more of an Expo fan, actually, as I got older. Like, as big as an Expo fan I was probably a bigger Dodger fan as a kid. It was sort of when I was a teenager. Like I said, it's a weird thing. It was kind of both, but I wanted, I was torn. I was 11 years old, right? So, to be honest, though, at the time, I was upset. I wanted the Expos to win. Only because the Dodgers always went to the World Series, right? So I was like, I knew that as a kid, too. I'm like, fuck, the Expos never get here, right? It was one of those type of deals. What's up, Andreas? Good to see you, man. Driving through San Francisco. We're trying to cry home some late night baseball winners here. Yeah, it's like, listen, I grew up in Montreal. I was going to Expo games, but I like the Dodgers. And I met the Dodgers. Like when I was like 7 years old, I went to an Expo game. against the Dodgers. Like, I cheer for the Expos against everybody, but I was a big Dodger fan, right? So every year the Dodgers would come, I'd go see them. And I was with my mother, and my mother was a good-looking woman, still is a pretty lady, but, you know, this is the 70s, 1977. My mother had me when she was young, so she was fucking young then. She's like 25 type thing. And she takes me to a Dodger game, and I go down to the dugout, and I asked fucking Steve Yeager, the catcher, for his autograph. And Steve Yeager comes over to the dugout. And he's like, "Hey, kid," and he starts sort of flirting with my mother and shit. And he had a baseball. I said, "Can I get an autograph, sir?" And whatever. And he had a baseball, and he goes, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "You have a pen?" And whatever. He says something to my mother, haha, you know, cracks or whatever, joke to my mother. And he signs the baseball, but then he goes, "Hold on a minute." He goes, "Hold on a minute." And he takes it, and he goes into the clubhouse, because I was there earlier. He goes into the club, he goes into the dugout and shit, whatever. And he comes back like 5 minutes later. And on the ball is the entire Dodgers team. And it was the 77 Dodgers and 78 Dodgers that played against Reggie Jackson and the Yankees in the World Series, right? You know, Steve Garvey, Davey Lopes, Bill Russell, the Penguin, Ron Say, Dusty Baker, Don Sutton. You know, you go down the list, right? All these Hall of Famers and stuff. And yeah, like Dusty Baker was one of my favorite players when I was a kid for some reason. I don't know why. I remember all the baseball cards and shit. So I don't know if I liked him because his name was Dusty or whatever the fuck, but so Steve Yeager, that's fucking awesome. Ken Landreau, man. I remember Ken Landreau. Damn right, Wally George. So, yeah, Saquon Barkley's a stud. Yeah, he is. He's going to be awesome. So I get the baseball signed by the whole fucking team, man. That would never happen nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, that's how different it was. That was a great Dodger team, too. It wasn't like they were a last place team, right? So the entire team, Tommy Lasorda, everybody, the entire Dodgers team signs a baseball for me. And I sent a letter to the Dodgers. I sent a letter to the Dodgers after, thanking them for the baseball and signing the baseball, and thanks to Steve Yeager. And like, you know, I'm a kid, so I write this letter and shit to the Dodgers. And lo and behold, man, like a month later, fuck. You know, these are old days, so it took a while in the mail and shit. But I'm like a month later, man, I have like a fucking box, fuck. I don't know what it is. So I'm like a kid, and they're like, my grandmother's like, "Oh, you have a package here from the Los Angeles Dodgers." And I'm like, "What?" So I open up this box and shit, and it's a letter from the LA Dodgers, fuck. It's even to my name and shit. I wish I still had it, fuck. It says, "Dear Gabriel, you know, we appreciate you thanking us, you know, for the baseball. It was our honor, our pleasure to sign it for you. It's nice to know that we have a lifelong Dodger fan in Montreal." And then it was really stressing that. It was like, once you're a Dodger fan, you're a Dodger fan for life. You're now part of the club. And they sent me like this Dodger fan club stuff. And a fucking hat, and on top of it, and like then there was a box, and inside the box there was a plastic baseball holder, and they said, "We thought you should have a plastic. We thought you needed a holder for the autographed baseball." Like, what kind of organization is going to do that, right? Like, the Dodgers are nothing but class, and they know, you know, they know how to. They know how to get a kid to be a fan, right? I mean, how you're not going to be a fan of the Dodgers after that? And Steve Yeager. Yeah, Fernando Mania. Fernando Valenzuela when he was a rookie in 1981. You know, I lived in Los Angeles, and I was actually at Dodger Stadium the night Fernando Valenzuela threw a no-hitter. Yeah, who would have thought, hey, little mini Morency, little mini me fucking writing a letter to the Dodgers. Thanks. Fucking. I have a picture here somewhere where I'm like 6 years old. I'm wearing a Dodger hat, actually. So, like, I've been a Dodger fan for the whole time, you know? So when I moved, I lived in Los Angeles. I was fucking stoked, man. I went to like 60 fucking 3 Dodger games the first year I was in LA. And, well, one year I was in LA, I was there for the summer. I went to like 17 games. But then after like my first full season type shit, it was the year after they won the World Series. It was 1989. And I went to like 63, 64 out of the 81 home games at Dodger Stadium. And one of the games I went to, Fernando Valenzuela threw a no-hitter. Fuck. It might have been in 1990, the next year or whatever, but whatever, man. I went to like every Dodger game. Like literally, fuck. Like the only Dodger games I didn't go to were like literally if I couldn't go. You know what I mean? That was my fucking deal. Fuck. No matter what, I was like, people knew I'm not around. I'm going to the Dodger game. Like, I spent so much time at Chavez Ravine. Fuck, it's nuts. Like the ushers knew my name and shit. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't even ask me for tickets. They'd be like, "Hey, how you doing, Gabe?" Yeah. I sat in the same section all the fucking time. I was always in I was always in the outfield. I'd mix it up a bit, but I was generally in. When Kirk Gibson was there, I was in center field because it was Kirk Gibson. So I was right behind Kirk Gibson. But the left field bleachers were like a bigger party than the right field. I don't know what it is. Like the crowd's sort of crazier on the left side of the stadium there. So I used to like the left field bleachers. And it's weird. The Dodger Stadium, they separate the riffraff, right? Like if you have a cheap ticket in the bleachers, you can't get into the stadium. So it was funny. Like I went to like 50 Dodger games before I even went into Dodger Stadium. It was fucked up. Like they have a separate entrance for the back and they have their own concessions and merchandise and shit. It's basically like, it's all like Mexicans and fucking gangbangers and sort of just nut jobs. Like I remember like once trying to get out and like, I was never there. I was just figuring it out. And some dude, he's like, "No, man." He's like, "Hey, Holmes." He's like, "They don't want us on that side, brother." He's like, "You're stuck with us." Fuck. It's like there's a fence. Like you're really trapped. Like anyone who's been in Dodger Stadium, like the outfield is not in the stadium. Like you're not in the stadium. Fuck. You know what I mean? You're at the game, but you're not, you can't go walking around and shit. Like they don't want you in there. I'm 47. Yeah. That was pretty much the coolest baseball thing I've ever seen. I've been to the All-Star game, which was cool. Good memory of that in 1982. But Fernando Valenzuela throwing a no-hitter. Now, you got to understand, I was the Montreal Expos post-game show host for 2 years. And, I fucking whatever. I was at every fucking game for 2 years. But I've been to a lot of baseball games in my life. And I've never been to a no-hitter. And I was never even at a game that was close to a no-hitter. Like, I can't recall ever, like, oh, there was a no-hitter to the 8th or 9th inning, and I was there. Like, I don't even recall that. Like, I worked the Expos games. We never came close to a no-hitter. When I did the games, at least. Like, Dennis Martinez threw a perfect game for the Expos against the Dodgers, ironically enough. But Fernando Valenzuela was the only one that I was there for. It was pretty wicked. It's one of those things, you go to a million baseball games, like it's like a hole in one in golf. Some people get a hole in one in golf, and others can play golf for fucking 100 years and it'll never happen. You know what I mean? It's like you can go to like how many guys of you in the chat have been? How many of you have seen a no hitter in person? Can you walk around now, Jonathan? Yeah. Well, there's an ugly history, right? There's an ugly history, USMC and Wally George, of Chavez Ravine. Basically, when the Dodgers went to town, they fucking destroyed people's houses. They kicked out a bunch of poor people, Hispanics. They fucking like, and I guess in not a very cool way. Like the cop showed up and fucking told them, get the fuck out type thing. So yeah, the Dodgers were not, you know what I mean? The Dodgers weren't like the most popular team in the Hispanic community in Los Angeles for a long time. So yeah, there's some resentment. There's a lot of resentment there. Dodgers, the Dodger Stadium is pretty cool though. The stadium itself, it's very simple. It's very old. Yeah, it's old. It was built in fucking whatever, man. What is it built in? 62, 63? So, it's very old. It's one of the older stadiums in the league. It doesn't look it, actually, but it actually is. When you're there, you kind of can tell. They haven't really done much to it either. It's just sort of like a work of art. It really is. It's just very simple, but it just works. They get saved, basically because they have the mountains behind them, the San Gabriel Mountains, right? So you get the fucking palm trees and a mountain look behind the stadium. Yeah, it's very 60s. Exactly, AMR. But what's cool about Dodger Stadium, Chris Lomas, is it's fucking whatever. There's a lot of history there, right? You feel it. Like, you're like, oh, fuck. It's one of those stadiums like Yankee Stadium. I've been to a lot of stadiums, and you don't always get that, oh, fuck feeling. You know what I mean? Like when you see it, and you see the Dodger logo, and you're like, wow, this is Dodger Stadium. Fuck. Like, man, a lot of shit's happened to this stadium. It's like one of those deals. It's just got so much. You just feel it. You know what I mean? And it's like the LA Sports Arena or the football stadium there. It's a dump, but you feel it. Like it's just this, ooh, like you can just feel it. But what's cool about Dodger Stadium is there's a view of Los Angeles. So like when you see on TV, you're basically seeing the mountains, right? But what you don't see, all right, come on, LA. This should get a run home. Boom, LA scores. What you don't see is on the other side. So like behind home plate, downtown Los Angeles is behind. But Dodger Stadium is on a hill, all right? Chavez Ravine, it's a hill. So when you get there, you got to go up this hill. It's pretty steep too. It's high up there. It's like on a mountain. And the stadium is on top of this mountain. It's in East LA, essentially. And so I used to smoke spliffs at Dodger Stadium all the time, man. Fucking, it was cool. Like no one said shit, man. Fucking, that was back then. So I don't know what it's like now, but I used to smoke joints, and there's like this sort of like lookout area, and it's fucking cool. Fuck, it's like Dodger, like the stadium's right there, but you're on, sort of this overlooks like entire downtown LA. Safe, ooh, barely. Oh, the Pope, the Beatles, yeah. I've never been to a lot of different stadiums, guys. Yeah, that's crazy, Wally George, right? Like you never think of Dodger Stadium as the third oldest stadium. You've got Fenway, Wrigley, and Dodger Stadium. I never been to Detroit to Tiger Stadium. That would have been cool. Yeah, the LA stuff, like you feel the Coliseum because that's it. It's right there in Watts. The Watts Tower is there where the riots were, and USC football, that stadium itself, the Olympics in 1934, 1980. Like you just go over it, and there's a lot of history at that football stadium in LA. There's another one too. You have a good view of downtown LA too. Man, that stadium is a free for all. Fucking. I used to go to Raider games there, man. I saw I lived in LA during the Bo Jackson era, so I saw Bo Jackson live a lot. Fuck, I used to go a lot, and I was a Bills fan, but I like the Raiders too. Like, you know, I was living in LA as a Dodger fan, so I got hooked in fucking to the Raider Nation. Fuck, man, the Angels keep. I don't know, man. It's like 5 times they've hit the warning track. That's good enough to get a run, though. 2-1. All right, boys, we just need another run here. Yeah, man, I used to see Tiger Stadium on TV and want to go there. Like, you know what I always liked about that Tiger Stadium was that fence. You know what I mean? The outfield, it was a fence. like Tiger Stadium just looks so gritty. Yeah, I remember like even being a kid, it was almost intimidating. It was like, man, it's fucking downtown Detroit, man. Look at that stadium. They got a fence, fuck, as an outfield. It's like a cage, fuck. Fucking, they're nuts there. You know what I mean? I've never been to Tiger Stadium. I've been to Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium, you really feel it. Like the original Yankee Stadium, like the real Yankee, not the new one, but like the other one there, like you really feel that. Like that one's like, holy fuck. Like that you really do. Like just sitting in the stands, you're like, you can't help but think. You're like, holy fuck, man. Like fucking that's where Lou Gehrig fucking played first base. It's right there. I mean, Babe Ruth was hitting home runs here. You know what I mean? And it's just in the Bronx. Every time I've ever been to a Yankee game, it's the same thing. It's always dark. It's always like just gray. It's like a Batman movie. You go to a Yankee game, like it's just gray. It's like Gotham City or something. It really is. Like, and you just feel the aura. Like you fucking look around. I was there when Bob Shepard, the announcer, Derek Jeter. You know, so like the announcer was there. I'm all fucking hammered. Fucking. Yeah, so I was at the second Yankee Stadium. You know what I mean? The one, not the original one, the rebuilt one. And now they have a third one. You know what I mean? I've been to Fenway. Fenway's fucking cool. Fenway is probably the coolest baseball stadium I've been to. It smelled like piss, though, and urine when I was there. That's my memory. People ask me, like, what's Fenway like? I don't know. I'm like, it smells like piss. Like it just, I don't know. It smelled like urine everywhere in that place. It's just so old and, you know, but Fenway is fucking cool. like you're sitting there, like, and, you know, on TV, it's one thing, but when you're in the stadium, I was a kid too. So I have these kid memories of this. Man, I saw Ricky Henderson and that great Oakland A's team against fucking Fred Lynn, Jim Rice, and all those guys. I saw a game in like 1982 or something in fucking Oakland, in Boston, Oakland A's and Boston Red Sox was cool. My grandfather. And I just remember like the Green Monster, like I was in awe of it. Fuck. I was like, wow, I've seen it on TV so many times, but there it is. Fuck. Like, so like I used to vacation in Cape Cod with my grandparents every summer when I was a kid. And so many times, man, we'd pass, you know, like the site in Boston, like on the highway there, you see Fenway. And I'd be like, oh, I'd drool. I'd be like, oh my God, fuck. And they were never playing or whatever. So finally, my grandfather surprised me when we were driving. He goes, you know what? He goes, they're playing the Oakland A's, fuck. And he just turned off the fucking thing and we pulled into the game. Fucking, yeah, Fenway is something special. One of the few others, listen, I can tell you the places I've been, the special places I've been. Yankee Stadium, Fenway Park, the Hollywood Bowl, fuck. I've been to the Hollywood Bowl. If you're into music and shit, the Hollywood Bowl's wicked. Like, the Hollywood Bowl is just like, whoa, fuck. Like, it's just, there's something about it, you know, the Hollywood Bowl. But a really special, we remember they called it the best outfield in baseball. Remember Ricky Henderson, Dave Henderson, and Tony Armas. Sonny Vega got kicked out of Fenway twice in the same night. I've never been to Shea Stadium. Never been to Shea. My biggest bucket list, somebody mentioned the Rose Bowl. I lived in Los Angeles for fucking like 3 fucking years, man, if not even longer. Like once, you know, off and on, whatever, like 3 years, 3 and a half, whatever. And I never been to the Rose Bowl. It's fucked up. Never been to the Rose Bowl. And you know what's even crazier? I've been to the Rose Bowl for their fucking their flea market. Like I've been to the Rose Bowl in the off season and shit. Because I told my buddy that. I said, I always want to see it when I lived in LA. I was like, I always want to see the Rose Bowl. He goes, you want to see the Rose Bowl? He goes, why? What, the fucking flea market? I told him, I said, no, it's a legendary stadium. He goes, it's a flea market. It's funny. My buddy wasn't into football. He's like, that flea market place? I said, flea market? He goes, yeah. They sell fucking records and sunglasses up there. Fucking. I was like, what? I said, no. They don't sell fucking, there's not a flea market at the Rose Bowl. I remember I got into an argument with him. He goes, let's go. He fucking drove. We went out there, and lo and behold, like in the parking lot, there's a flea market. Like fucking, they're selling bootleg Motley Crue records and sunglasses and shit. Fucking. I was like, wow, he's not kidding. The Rose Bowl really is a fucking big flea market. Yeah, but that's like one thing. I've always wanted to see Michigan in a Rose Bowl. I've always wanted to see Michigan play in a Rose Bowl, man. Like I promise you, I tell you guys, like any time in the coming years that Michigan is playing in the Rose Bowl, I'm there. We're going. I'm going. It's like 100,000%. There's not a lot of things that were like, oh, I'll be there, but like if the Buffalo Bills went to the Super Bowl, I'd go to the Super Bowl. If the Bills go to the Super Bowl, I'd go to the Super Bowl. But Michigan, like if Michigan played in the Rose Bowl, I'd go to the Rose Bowl. Yeah, Dave Winfield killed a seagull in Toronto. Randy Johnson killed it wasn't a seagull that Randy Johnson killed. It was just like a bird. And it wasn't his fault. It was Dave Winfield's fault. Like Dave Winfield was in the outfield and saw a seagull and fucking threw a ball at it. And he actually asked someone, he said, you think I can hit it? Because it was really high in the air. Fuck. Like that was Winfield's defense. I never thought I would hit it, right? So Winfield zinged the ball high in the air and it hit a fucking seagull and killed him. And Randy Johnson was just pitching on the mound, threw a ball, and a stupid bird flew by, and fucking bad timing for the bird. Wrong place, wrong time, man. Fucking, yeah, Randy Johnson, fuck. You get tickets for what, Allen Action? Oh, the biggest cocktail party, yeah, Florida and Georgia. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, there's look, there's a few sporting events it'd be a great time to go to, but yeah, that cocktail party would be pretty good. I don't like college kids though. That's my problem. Okay, yeah, I'm in if Michigan makes it. My whole deal is I don't like fucking college students. Like I don't, you know what I mean? I don't mind going to these games, but I don't like, being around a lot of this shit. And a lot of these kids are just fucking dumbasses and stuff, especially in SEC country. Yeah, I've been to an LSU game, and LSU fan are a little bit too David Duke-ish for me. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near Happy Valley. I'm not going anywhere near. Yeah, I'd like to go to a fucking Red River shootout rivalry game would be a good time. That'd be a good time. Listen, any of these colleges would be a good time, but college football, I've been to a few college football games, but not a long list. Quite a few, but not as many as like some of the other sports. I've been to the national championship game before. I was at the Orange Bowl for the national championship in Miami when Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators played the Oklahoma Sooners and Sam Bradford. That was pretty epic. That was like the game of the century. That's a home run, baby. Boom. Yeah. Fucking Angels. 2-run lead, motherfuckers. That's cool. That was good shit right there. Otani. Konnichiwa. Thank you, Otani. Nice. Good shit. Looks like we're all on the Angels, too. Let's get this. Let's get this, Halos. Let's go. I don't know if it's a good bet. We'll find out. I mean, fuck. I didn't want to lay minus 270. I laid a 1.5, and then Abreu hit a home run right away. We're not out of the woods yet. Oh, let's get up like 5-6-1 and shit, all right? The ball really seems to be traveling, though. And Giolito, look, man, the Angels have taken this guy to the track like fucking 7 times. They've hit a couple of home runs. And this is just the second time through the order type shit. Right? That's the thing with Giolito. Now, here's Ian Kinsler. The best strip club in Vegas, Palomino. The Palomino, best strip club in Vegas. So, yeah, I was at the national championship game. I've been to a lot of those bowl games, the International Bowl. I saw about 4 of those. I saw a Tennessee-Colorado game, the kickoff classic. But this year, I'm already looking, and I'm going to a game with my man Millhouse. Who's coming? Who's coming? We're going to have a Michigan Road Rage show. Michigan Wolverines, Rutgers. Michigan, Rutgers. Saturday, November the 10th. Saturday, November the 10th. We're hitting it. Michigan and Rutgers. What a game. What a game. I should actually check and see how long it'll take me. I did a little check today. I was looking. I was like, how long will it take me to get here from the stadium? Fucking. But anyways, we'll hit that down the road. Yeah, Michigan and Rutgers play Saturday, November the 10th. When do the Bills play here? Bills schedule. I think it's in fucking November too. Fuck. Buffalo Bills, New York Jets. Holy shit, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Saturday is Michigan at Rutgers. Sunday is the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. Well, looks like my weekend is going to be a busy one. I didn't say I was going to Detroit, Henry. I said I was going to Michigan at Rutgers. Do I think he'll be better than Nick Lindstrom? Come on, no. Yeah, that's some pretty cool shit right there. My two favorite teams in the same weekend. No, I'd like to come to Detroit, but there's only so many places I can go. And my private jet's in the shop, Henry. So I'm having a hard time getting away. All right, 3-1 Halos. We'll keep our eye on this. Fucking St. Louis Cardinals screwed me too. I jumped on in-game on that. All right, speaking of in-game, let's do a little gambling here. What do we got? Fucking, Puerto Rico woman and Colombia woman basketball. They're actually tied right now. There's 40 seconds left. Yet Colombia are plus 195. Let's take a little shot here. Small play. And as I say, they just went to minus 140. Fuck off. Fuck you guys. You're fucking cocksuckers. There's a Mexican soccer game going on here right now, but there's still too much time left for me to jump on the under. It looks like it's a quiet night for in-game stuff here tonight. See here, the fucking White Sox now with a leadoff double. Fuck. Leadoff triple, maybe. He's going for 3. He's safe. Fuck, man. Fuck. 15-3 for the Athletics right now. 5-4 for the Tigers. The son of a bitch, man. I knew it. Like, fuck, man. How about you fucking get somebody out, you motherfucker? Yeah, Bud Norris can go fuck himself. Yeah, I want to jump in on Colombia. What did I say? I want to take Colombia plus 195. Boom, I was going to click it. They made it to 140. Colombia just took a 3-point lead, of course. Why wouldn't they? Fucking badminton. I don't want to bet on badminton right now. All right, there's probably a new basketball game coming up in a few minutes. We got Filipino basketball in like 45 minutes. Looking for international basketball. One of those weird, it's one of those weeks, nights. All right, they held the runner on third. That's good. Let's see if you can do this again. Nice defense there by the Angels there. Gambling god. Every baseball stadium in California is over 50 years old. They can't get stadiums in the Democrat-filled states take care of the homeless. That's not true. Like not every state. The San Diego stadium's in California. That's not 50 years old. This Angel Stadium is pretty old, but they renovated it pretty nicely. San Francisco have a new stadium, so in fact, yeah, your point is kind of not valid. That's going to score a run. And it does. And now it's 3-2. Son of a bitch. Fuck. No, virtual favorites do not come out a lot in soccer. I've never been to Del Mar Racetrack, no. Fuck, this shit pisses me off, this baseball game. I'm looking at the live in-play schedule to see if anything's coming up. It's just one of these shitty fucking nights tonight. Table tennis is coming up. Fucking table tennis. Table tennis, tennis. It's the Australian Open, fuck, of table tennis. Like, this is some serious table tennis. It's not just table tennis. Wow, I didn't know they had an Australian Open, fuck, of table tennis. Yeah, we might not have a fucking choice but to play some virtual here. I don't want to do it, but I don't know what else we're going to do. Now, obviously you guys know we've been going kind of late with the shows over the last couple of months or forever, but we got to rein it in a little bit. As you guys know, my band is recording a record and there's really, quite frankly, just not enough hours in a day and stuff. So when I stay on here till 1:30 in the morning, and it's a domino effect. I don't go to sleep until way later. I wake up later. These days just pass by. I host a radio show during the day. I get nothing fucking done. So we got to start reining it in a bit. And, we'll go as warranted, essentially. But, we don't take vacations, but our vacation will be, we'll sort of start ending the show on a more normal time, at least until football picks up in the next couple of weeks, Fucking 3-2. I knew he would give this fucking run up, man. All right, -1.5 is -150 right now. The in-game total of this game, 9.5, -135. The way Giolito's pitching, the Angels should get more runs, but you also figure they're going to take Giolito out eventually. All right, it's still 1-0 in the soccer game. Santos Laguna versus Monarachis. Women's soccer. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, it's +125. I'm thinking about going under 1.5, but can I really go fucking 35 minutes here? 25 minutes without a fucking goal? It's weird. They scored the goal in this game in the 4th minute. They haven't scored since. All right, fuck. Maria. Am I back on this? All right, we're in. Fuck. we're in. Santos Laguna women, Monaracas Morelia women under 1.5 plus 120. You know, I was going to take Colombia. I really was at plus 195. I was going to blind. I was like, why not? It's tied. They're up 63-59. They just beat Puerto Rico. So, yeah, it's a lighter night. Like we talked about Johnny Manziel. So, you know, Thursday night should be interesting. Johnny Manziel and the Montreal Alouettes play. So that's cool against the Edmonton Eskimos. We'll be watching that game. We'll be on Thursday night. But for the most part, it really is. Like I said, it's kind of a quieter today. To me, you know, one of the funnier stories of the day today. One of the funnier stories of the day today is that motherfucking stupid himbo, Ryan Lochte. Like, he might be like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like there's just dumb jocks and shit like that. You know, remember Ryan Lochte? He made up the big bizarre story in fucking Brazil and, you know, like, whatever. The guy's an embarrassment, all right? He's just a fucking tool. He's a clown. He's an embarrassment. I don't know why he's a thing. I don't know why he gets media attention. I don't know why, like, people don't disband and disown him, etc. So he's a fucking clown. And now on top of this, he's so fucking stupid. He fucking posted a picture of himself fucking getting needles and intravenous shots and shit like that on Instagram. Basically illegally. That's a fair ball. Could be a double. Yeah, so this fucking guy actually just failed a drug test because he posted it on Instagram. You know, like we've talked about with Big Man, like some of these stupid fucking kids and these gangbangers and shit nowadays. They're so stupid, like they fucking post pictures or they confess to killing people. And some kid the other day he broke into a house and posted like on Instagram from inside the house. Like, people do stupid fucking things nowadays. So Ryan Lochte's so stupid, he fucking posts a picture on Instagram of him fucking illegally taking shit. He tried to delete it and stuff, but it was too late, and they nailed him for it. And it turned out he did take the shit. It's like, fuck, is he fucking stupid? It's fucking... Yeah, no, you're right. Like, Rob Gronkowski is like a fucking heart surgeon. Like, he's, you know, Rob Gronkowski's like a fucking surgeon next to this motherfucker. Like, when you hear him talk, too, he's just like, whoa, he's like, you know, the guy's not very bright. Fuck me. They got runner on second. They just popped out to third base. Come on, give us another run here, Angels. Yeah, duh. Like Ryan Lochte, I mean, the guy, you know. All right, here, get this. Ryan Lochte did an interview. It was so bad, the anchors couldn't stop laughing.
What am I not doing?
Okay.
I'm a lot different than any other kind of Olympian. I mean, there's so much more to me than swimming. And I like to go out and have fun, like to go dancing, hang out with my friends. I like doing fun stuff like playing basketball, skateboarding.
What kind of line could somebody say? What would get your attention? Oh,
Good
really?
question. My philosophy is if you're a man at night, you got to be a man in the morning.
I like that. I have a feeling my co-host, that's what you live by, right? If you're a man at night, then you got to be a man in the morning.
I mean, I was brushing my teeth and the camera was there, and I was like, what are you guys doing?
On reality shows, they follow you into
He's
the
just
to the
brushing his
bathroom,
teeth.
so you have to tell them what you're doing.
Well, I mean, I guess there's a mirror with a sink, and then you have the bathroom.
Ryan, good luck to you. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
So the motherfucker actually fucking takes a picture of himself. Now, I thought that he might have been the stupidest motherfucker in America, but evidently, no. All right, what's going on? They just fucking threw the ball in the center field. Fuck, the White Sox are a shit show. It's 3-2 with one out. Just come on, get him in. Oh, fuck off. We got a runner on third. The one thing you don't do is you pop it out in the infield. You fucking stupid idiot. Fuck, man. Great at bat, asshole. See, I thought that, I talked about this earlier in the day. I thought that maybe Ryan Lochte was the stupidest person, but evidently not. This kid, Bradley Reef, on fucking the Iowa Hawkeyes. According to the Iowa Gazette, Iowa defensive tackle was arrested and charged with public intoxication in Iowa City early Saturday morning after Brady Reef. The kid was so drunk. He's a defensive tackle on the fucking Iowa Hawkeyes. He attempted to enter a police car from the passenger side. When asked by the police officers why he was trying to enter a police officer's police vehicle, he reportedly said he thought that was our job. He then blew a .204 on a breathalyzer at the time of the incident. He was taken to jail and then released later in the morning after sobering up. Iowa have suspended him for the season opener against Northern Illinois. I tell you, Northern Illinois might be able to win that game. Iowa's down this year. So essentially, this kid was so fucking drunk. He was so drunk, he thought it was an Uber. He basically thought it was an Uber. He's suspended for season opener after mistaking police car for Uber. I don't know, like how many fucking Ubers have sirens on them? Fuck. It's like, dude, this is the best part. This is the best part is he's a fucking all Big Ten academic. He's like one of the smartest kids. Like, his GPA is through the roof. This is why it goes to show, like, having school smarts does not help you in the real world. So it's like, yeah, good for you, kid. You're great in the classroom, but you're too stupid to figure out the difference between a police fucking cruiser and your Uber. All academic, my ass, fuck. Come on, Angels. First and third, 2 out. Yeah, the guy's all academic, fuck. I'm starting to wonder, like, to me, when I see that he's all academic, it almost leads me to want to lead into an investigation at Iowa to look at, like, really, like, how you grading these papers? Because you're telling me this kid's one of your brightest? They're not sending us their smartest and brightest, Iowa. Now, listen, you're right. The Bengals are going to draft the kid for sure. Good call, Wally George. Good call. But what I want to know is, too, why did the cops arrest him, fuck? Like, why do you got to arrest the kid, fuck? Just fucking tell him to go home. Say, listen, you got in the wrong car, kid. You know what I mean? He was trying to be responsible. He was trying to take an Uber home. He didn't attack the cop, fuck. He opened up the wrong door. Yeah, like Zach Henkel's saying, I'm starting to think right now that, I don't know. If he's all academic, I'm starting to wonder, like, yeah, what's your major? What's your major, kid? getting drunk, fuck, like, and the fact of the matter is, everyone talks about Arizona State being a big party school. Iowa is one of the biggest party schools in America. Iowa is one of the biggest party schools in America. Wisconsin's actually the biggest. Wisconsin surpassed Arizona State. Wisconsin's just a big booze fest. Everyone on the Wisconsin campus is drunk. Fucking, and Iowa's not far behind. Like, Iowa has a big reputation of being an insane party school. So, like, you know, really, what are you arresting the kid for? He didn't hit anybody. He's not starting fights. You know, he's on the football team. He got in the wrong, you know what I mean? He thought it was, so he's drunk. Fuck, send him home. Yeah, I know, exactly, Ty Rich. I mean, whatever happened to kids being kids? You know what I mean? It's like, tell a kid, listen, kid, next time be smarter. You know, you got to watch out for yourself. And, you know, how about putting him in the Uber that he called? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the kid tried to do the right thing. He didn't drive home. Fuck. I disagree too. I don't think they should have fucking, I don't think they fucking should have arrested the kid. And I'm not one of these people that says, oh, you should give everyone a free pass all the time. If a kid commits sexual assault, you fucking arrest them. You don't sweep it under the carpet like you do. But these universities are twisted. Like, a university will bust a kid for this, but they'll look the other way if their gymnastics coach is like sticking his finger up kids' asses. You know, then that's okay. Fuck. But, oh, you know what? Let's bust that fucking defensive back for dealing weed, you know? Yeah, well, you know what? You know, 300 women have been molested on our campus. Don't worry about that. Fuck. You know, well, let's get the kid, you know, for fucking fighting here or whatever. Like, you know, I wouldn't have arrested the kid. Albert Pujols up. Bases are loaded for Albert Pujols. He popped. He grounds out to third base. Giolito. The thing is, Giolito's going to be taken out of the game soon. Like, the Angels are wasting the opportunities to fucking beat him. I never win when I lay a run and a half. I swear, fuck. This soccer game still 1-0 right now. We got it at plus 120. It's now minus 175, but it looks like there's a dangerous attack going on, so we'll keep our eye on this. Zach Kenkel's been arrested there before. You know what, Zach Kenkel? I'm never going to go to Iowa fucking City, fuck, because I will get arrested. I nearly got arrested in Minneapolis, too, fuck. Like, fuck the Midwest, man. No offense to the Midwest, but people like me stick out too much in the Midwest, fuck. I might as well look like Tupac, fuck. Like, I know, like I said, I know what it's like to be a black guy in the South or something like that. Like, I was in fucking Minneapolis. I was with Larry and Wawa. The fucking cops pull up. They're like, listen, what are you guys doing? I'm like, I'm walking down the street. That's what I'm doing. I'm on a bridge, too. Like, we're on this, like, expressway, like, cross fucking thing. And we're looking for this hotel. And this fucking cop, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, we're walking. And he goes, I just want to let you know right away, I could already arrest you for being publicly intoxicated. It's like, it's a big thing out there. It's like, what do you mean? And I told the guy, I said, listen, I'm coming from the UFC event and I'm trying to find my hotel. And he's like, well, if you're going to have attitude, you're not going to be going to your hotel. I really want to tell this fucking fuckstick, fucking dipshit, fucking sheriff off, but I had to go the yes, sir route. And plus, I had a lot of weed on me and shit. I didn't even think I had, like, blow in my pocket. So I was like, oh, fuck. This shit's fucking bad, fuck. So it's like, you know what I mean? I was like, I fucking mouthed off a bit. And I realized, like, fuck, this guy's going to bust us. So I was like, all right, you know? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he's like, then he tells us people are breaking into cars in the parking lot. It's like, yeah. Me and Larry from Wawa are breaking into cars in the parking lot. Yeah, the Midwest, small towns, man, like Buffalo. I've never been arrested once for pissing in public in my life, fuck, except in Buffalo at a football game. You know what I mean? No, you can't say whatever you want to a cop. Maybe legally, big man, according to the Supreme Court, you can, but that's not that's not yeah. That's not going to end well. Yeah, good old upstate. You know what's up, Lucas. Fuck upstate New York. Yeah, Buffalo, man. Dude, the New York State Police are out of control. Those guys are nuts, fuck. Those guys are, I'm telling you, they're crazy. They'll bust you for jaywalking, fuck. Yeah, I know. That's the thing, Mohammed. They don't have a problem with people setting each other on fire and smashing each other through tables, but you take a fucking piss fucking the parking lot, they freak. They're backwards, fuck. I'm telling you. Like, the Bills games are fucked. People think you can do whatever you want. Like, dude, they arrest like 300 people a game, man. It's an arrest fest. I'm telling you. That's why I don't go back. I'm not going to get arrested, fuck. Every time I go there, I've either neither been arrested or gotten arrested. Fucking, like, I've already been to court there twice. Like, I'm done with Buffalo. People always ask me, you going to a Bills game? I'm like, I'm a magnet for fucking trouble there. Like, you know, I'll be smoking one, minding my own business. Oh, under arrest, fuck, you know? Yeah. They didn't, they weren't a fan of me as well. You're right, Big Will. Especially because Toronto wanted to steal their team, fuck. That didn't help. So speaking of Toronto, we didn't bring it up yet, but our oh yeah, I was gonna say that what was I gonna say? There's something to Lucas, man. Oh, no, that was it. It was the big man. Big man says you can say whatever you want to a cop. That's what I wanted to say. A guy in Australia, big man, went to court and challenged it. A guy in Australia told a cop to go fuck himself. He literally, like he said, go fuck yourself, fuck you, to the cop. But he never committed a crime. So I guess the guy was like fucking sitting in a bench type shit, and the cops came up to him, and he told the cop, fuck you. And he said, I'm not talking to you, fuck you. And then he said, go fuck yourself. And he basically told the cop to go fuck himself. The cops arrested the guy. He went to court, and he challenged it under free speech. He basically stated, it's a word. I didn't commit any crime. I can use the word. I can say fuck you to somebody. That's my right to say fuck you. I didn't commit a crime. And a judge actually said he was right. The Supreme Court of Australia actually fucking said, you know what? It's not a crime to tell a cop to go fuck himself. Fuck, you know? By law, by definition, he didn't commit a crime. It's a word. But the thing is, I'll tell you right now, you go up to a cop in Montreal and tell him to go fuck himself, he's going to shoot you. All right? And you go up to a cop in Las Vegas and tell him to go fuck yourself, you're going to end up like with your fucking head split open on the sidewalk. It won't end well. Like, so I don't give a shit. Like, people always say like stuff. Oh, yeah, the cops can't do that. People that say that never go out and never deal with that shit. So, like, people, oh, no, it's your right. Yeah, it's your right. Fuck. You don't have no rights. There's no rights. They do whatever they want to do. I don't look at Mick. What a load of bullshit. No respect. Fuck Mick. You've really turned into a fucking company man, Mick. You're like an old uncle now. You're a big conservative. You're like, oh, the guy should have shown the cop respect. Maybe the cop was an asshole. Let me look up the story. Australian man. Well, if I just punch in Australian man, and this is the shit that comes up. Australian man barking. Australian man becomes grandfather at 23. How do you become a grandfather at 23? What the fuck? Wow. 23-year-old Tommy Connolly had it all. A part-time job, friends, and was attending the University of Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. As far as he and anyone else knew, his life was awesome, but not out of the ordinary. Then he got a Facebook message that changed his life forever. It doesn't explain how he's fucking like, so what? Like, did he knock someone up when he was 12? I don't understand this. Anyways, fuck him. Good for you. All right. Australia man goes to court for saying, fuck you. Fuck you to a cop, police officer. Come on, pop up for me. Hey, here it is. Boom, see? Here it is. Man who swore at cops gets off because court rules fuck isn't an offensive word. A Sydney man was charged with offensive language, but a judge determined his arrest was unlawful. It was during a traffic stop. Ever thought you could get arrested for dropping the F-bomb in public? In New South Wales, you can. A 20-year-old student found out his cost when he was charged with offensive language after telling police who stopped and questioned him. They asked him what he was doing, where he was going. He was in his car. He responded, none of your fucking business. He responded, none of your fucking business. This story's fucked, man. Listen to this, though. So, the man was unarrested a minute later after the arresting officer used offensive language, telling the man in the car that he was fucking worked up. The situation didn't end there. Following a heated exchange where Black repeatedly refused to answer police questions about what he was doing and where he was going, the officer searched him and ended up tackling him and ended up arresting him for more alleged offensive language. Now, in a ruling which, fuck off, the White Sox just scored. In a ruling which could set a precedent for the potty mouth residents of the state, a New South Wales district court has ruled that both arrests were unlawful. Offensive language laws are a contentious issue in Australia, not just because we're a nation where some of the offensive words in a dictionary are used as terms of endearment. Under New South Wales law, for language to be deemed offensive, it must likely provoke reactions such as anger, disgust, resentment, or outrage, and arouse a significant emotional reaction. The fuck does that mean? This is great in Australia, so you can say whatever you want. It's the other person's problem if they got upset about it. Police have themselves acknowledged what constituted as offensive and subjective can depend on volume and the tone in which it's used. There's no list of words that are illegal to say to a police officer. The charge can only be made in public, such as a school, park, or main street. The legislation specifically states that the purpose of the law is to protect members of the public from undue disturbance and the use of enjoyment in public places. But in practice, it is not used if caught swearing at a police officer. Oh, fuck. There's actually video of it. There's audio. Fuck yeah. This thing's on a bicycle. Or he's walking. He's walking. He's got a hood on. He looks suspicious. He does look suspicious. Well, here's the cop. You mind stopping for us?
It's none of your business. Oh, it is this? What's the attitude? Well, you stopping. Why am I stopping you? What are you doing here? It's none of your fucking business. Yeah, you're right. That's an offence, all right? My name's Councillor Richard under arrest at the moment for offensive language, okay?
I see the cop went right into you're under arrest. So he's walking down the street. Cop pulls up. The guy walking down the street's filming it. What are you up to? None of your business.
What's the attitude? Well, you stopping. Why am I stopping you? What are you doing here? It's none of your fucking business. Yeah, you're right. That's an offence, all right? My name's Councillor Richard under arrest at the moment for offensive language, okay? What's in here for that? What's with the attitude? Just chill out. No. What's your problem? Why are you stopping? I'm not even trying to stop you when I wouldn't have a chat. I don't want to have a chat. Okay, we're at the moment. You're under arrest, so you're not free to leave. You sleeping for me? No, no. What's with the attitude? Listen. Just chill out. I am chill. You're not chill, mate. You're fucking worked up. Just chill out. Oh, I'm under arrest for offensive language, and now you're using offensive language? Fantastic. Mate, just come in. Generally, ordinary citizens happy to talk to police. Give us their details, and we'll get you on your way. Okay? We're not here to ruin your day. We're just here to make sure that you're not up to no good in this area. Okay? This is not an area generally where people walk through. Okay? It's very unusual to see someone walking through here. All right, everything's on YouTube for you guys. Oh, you got your hoodie on. You're giving us an attitude. Everything's that exactly goes towards our reasonable suspicion. Okay? Exactly what you said. You need reasonable suspicion. That's 100% correct, mate. You obviously know how this works. And we form that reasonable suspicion. Okay? Understand that? Yeah. Okay, do you understand where we're coming from? We're just here I don't care about where you're coming from, pal. Okay. Don't call me pal. Pal. Come on, pal. What are you going to do, pal?
What are you going to do, pal?
No, I do not. What's your problem? You're my problem. Why am I your problem? Well, Adolf Hitler fanboy, you're stopping me. Sorry, what did you just call me? Adolf Hitler fanboy. Why am I Adolf Hitler fanboy? You're a Nazi. Why am I a Nazi? Because you're a police officer.
You're a Nazi.
Nazi does it? Yeah. I find that incredibly offensive. Why not care? I find it incredibly offensive that I'm being stopped just because I'm walking along this road. We're reaching out from Surrey Hills Police, okay? As I've explained to you before, I have reasonable suspicion, okay, to believe you may be in the this area, okay? You're walking around, you're nervous, you're apprehensive. This area is known for breaking enters, okay? You won't give me your details at this stage. I'm going to.
All right, so for the record, the guy is pretty suspicious. Here's the video. Here's the video. And don't call me pal. And the buddy's like, pal, 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 pal. It is pretty funny.
I'm submit you to a search, okay? I'm just warning you that it is an offence to commit, not to comply with the search. Do you understand that? I'm not consenting to the search. Do you understand that is an offence? I'm not committing. Details.
A lot of cop tackles them.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. You're under arrest.
Yeah, so there's the case. there's the case. So yeah, I don't care what city you're in, whether you're in Montreal, Toronto, or fucking Sydney, Australia. It's not a good idea to tell a cop to fucking, you start swearing at a cop, it's going to end poorly. I used to, be mouthier when I was younger, right? But I learned my lesson. I'm the fucking biggest fucking yes sir, no sir, yes sir to cops. Like, I don't fuck around now. The fact of the matter is, your life will be a lot easier if you just do that. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing. It's like the same thing, like in airports and shit. I see people, man, they're fucking bitching and they're freaking out. Oh, what are you looking through? What are you touching me for? What are you, whatever? It's like, dude, the more you fucking bitch, the more they're going to do this to you, all right? Because if you bitch, they just think that you've got something. Like, I'm telling you. Like, I learned my lesson. I ran my mouth on an airplane, and look what happened, fuck. I had fucking 6 cops waiting for me to get off, fuck. Fucking Angels falling apart, fuck. It's 3-3, bases loaded for the White Sox right now. The Borat show, the new Sacha Cohen show. I heard about it. I haven't seen it now. Did we win that soccer bet? Come on. No, we lost the soccer bet. Fuck, man. Shit hasn't been going our way in the last fucking like 18 hours or so, man. Fuck. I got the Angels running a half. There's no way in hell they're going to win a run and a half now. Fuck. We're probably going to lose the game outright. The Angels are minus 110 right now for the record. So yeah, we do. I wanted to say my condolences to the people in Toronto here last night. Another senseless tragedy. You know, the violence in Toronto is at an all-time high right now. I actually think Toronto is like fucking. It's like right there with Chicago. Like Chicago's worse, but like last year, I believe there were 260 shootings in Toronto. And I think this year we're already up to like fucking 280. And look, we're only 6 months in. Like Toronto's on pace to have like fucking 600 fucking shootings this year, which is pretty crazy. Like it's it's getting out of control. I saw a stat fucking last night and this morning that more people get shot in Toronto than New York City now. like Toronto, you know what I mean? You know, it's funny. Toronto always wanted to be like an Americanized city, and well, be careful what you wish for. But yeah, Toronto, you know, it's weird too because you don't really feel, doesn't feel like a dangerous city, Toronto. But the fact of the matter is, there is a lot of crazy shit that happens here. Last night was kind of stupid and senseless. We don't really know very much about the motive or anything like that. The guy's parents are saying that, you know, he was mentally ill. They tried to get the kid help his whole life, but it never worked. The question will be how the motherfucking kid had a gun if he was mentally deranged, right? And the White Sox take a 4-3 lead. And the White Sox take a 4-3 lead, but yeah, it fucking sucks, man. Just when these people do this, like I don't know what they're getting out of it. Like people that suffer and, you know, want to, you know, somehow, I don't know. They think the world was unfair to them, so they make the world worse for others somehow. It's like no one's going to remember you. No one's going to remember your name. You know what I mean? It's pointless. If you want to off yourself, go off yourself. Fuck. If you got fucking problems. But I don't see what shooting an 8-year-old girl is going to accomplish. Fuck. That's the hardest thing about like these type of things, that there is no reason. There is no word. You know what I mean? It's not like, wow, this and we did that, you do this. There is nothing you can do. There is nothing you can do. It's going to happen again next week somewhere else, right? It just is. And now the Angels are really falling apart. There's an error. I don't know if it's an error, but it was infield hit. Nah, it wasn't a terrorist attack. It was a fucked up local kid that's fucking lost his mind. It was a mass shooting. It's a mass shooting, less so than a terrorist attack. All right, so give us a thumbs up if you haven't given us a thumbs up here. Oh, this fucking baseball game is sucking rocks, isn't it? Fuck, 4-3. Angels are now plus 115. The Angels are now plus 115. White Sox minus 145. In-game totals. We got 10.5 over minus 155, 11.5. If you want to go over 11.5, it's plus 130. If you want to go under 11.5, it's minus 160. I don't know. The question is, we'll see what happens here. We'll see how many runs they score and then analyze it, whether the Angels are worth a look to jump on in-game here or not after. Now, something I wanted to get to was Josh Gordon. And, you know, you look at the Cleveland Browns. NFL football starts next Thursday night, guys. So you look at the Cleveland Browns, and, you know, they've got a lot of talent right now, the Cleveland Browns, on the offensive side of the football and defensive side of the football for the matter. But specifically on offense, you know, you bring in Tyrod Taylor, you bring in Jarvis Landry, you've got Corey Coleman, you bring in Carlos Hyde, you draft the Chubb kid, the running back. You know, so you look and, you know, they did a lot of nice things, the Cleveland Browns. And one of the big pieces of the Cleveland Browns, obviously, is Josh Gordon, who, if could actually stay on the motherfucking field, would be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Like, his talent is that good. Like, Josh Gordon is as good as Odell Beckham type of thing. Like, yeah, Josh, you know, that's the thing with Josh Gordon. I don't think people realize just how fucking good he actually is. Like, he could be a mega superstar, but he's battling demons, and the Cleveland Browns announced that he won't be part of training camp, or at least the opening of training camp. Yet there's no relapse or anything. He hasn't failed any test. Like, everybody's very adamant about this. It's not that, oh no, the bases are loaded and they just hit the batter. Holy fuck, bro. Fucking Robles. This is fuck the Angels, man. Fuck, you guys suck. So Josh Gordon's not going to be there for training camp. They're saying that he is going to be there for the season. Yet You know, it just seems like, look, it's just so Cleveland, isn't it? The season hasn't even started yet. And already they have this issue to deal with. But, you know, it's about his long-term health and et cetera. And they basically stated that, no, there's no failed drug test or anything, but they think it's in his best interest to seek counseling and to not be there. They don't think he needs to be there for the whole camp. So we'll see. Something to keep your eye on from a fantasy perspective if you're considering drafting Josh Gordon as well. Also, like betting on the Cleveland Browns. You know, their win total is 5.5, and I like the Cleveland Browns talent a lot that they have. But the problem is it's really hard to bet on a team to go over fucking 5.5 to win 6 football games when you have a head coach in Hugh Jackson who is 1-31 in his last 32 games. And you have a coach in Hugh Jackson who says he's going to play Tyrod Taylor, but you also said last year that you weren't going to play Deshaun Kaiser. I mean, last year you brought in Brock Osweiler, had Deshaun Kaiser, said, you know what, we're not going to rush Deshaun Kaiser. He's too young. He's not ready. We're not going to rush him. And then fast forward to 3 weeks later, you had him starting on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week in week 1. That's the definition of fucking rushing him. So Hugh Jackson saying something, I have a hard time really buying in. Now, you know, with Tyrod Taylor there, they should be able to win some football games. Like Tyrod Taylor was able to win 9 football games, you know, in 15 starts. He didn't even start one of the games. So Tyrod Taylor was 9-6 as a starter last year. And he didn't have any talent to play with. So this is where I'm going here with this story here. So first of all, Josh Gordon, we wish Josh Gordon the best. But secondly, Tyrod Taylor throwing some shade, man, at the Buffalo Bills today. Somebody asked Tyrod Taylor today on Twitter. And Tyrod responded, fuck. Somebody said to Tyrod Taylor, oh, Josh Gordon's gone. You know, what do you think now? Said, you know, Josh Gordon. And Tyrod Taylor actually responded and said, I put up 14.8 fantasy points a game last year because it was a fantasy guy that fucking was asked. Tyrod Taylor said, I put up 14.8 fantasy points a game last year, and my wide receivers were Charles Clay and Nick O'Leary. He said, I think I'll do just fine with Jarvis Landry and Corey Coleman. It's like, whoa. Number one, pretty cold. You didn't say, hey, I hope Gordon's better. Number two, settle down, Tyrod. Really? You got to throw us all under the bus now? It's like, hey, listen, all right? A lot of our wide receivers were fucking open half the time, and you didn't find them, Tyrod. So let's settle down now. And I like you, and I've defended you, but Tyrod Taylor, fuck. Tyrod Taylor taking pot shots at the fucking Bills wide receivers. That won't go unnoticed, man. It's like one thing if Tyrod Taylor took a shot at the Bills organization and management, that's acceptable. You know, if he said, you know, that team and whatever, they don't, you know what I mean? If he said something and took a shot at McDermott or took a shot at the, you know, at Bean or the ownership group, Tyrod Taylor wasn't treated great in Buffalo. He wasn't, you know, but for him to take shots now with the wide receivers is a little, but listen, but you know what, Scott F? Tyrod Taylor is a good fantasy quarterback. Tyrod Taylor is a good fantasy quarterback. He's a better fantasy quarterback than reality quarterback. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He was 18th last year. There was a little bit of a drop. He was 18th fantasy quarterback last year. the quarterbacks that were all ahead of him are all better than him, right? Russell Wilson was the #1 fantasy quarterback last year. Tom Brady was #2. Cam Newton, #3. Carson Wentz, #4. Alex Smith, 5. Kirk Cousins, 6. Phillip Rivers, 7. Matt Stafford, 8. Ben Roethlisberger, 9. Jared Goff, 10. Dak Prescott, 11. Blake Bortles, 12. Case Keenum, 13. Matt Ryan, 14. Andy Dalton, 15. Derek Carr, 16. Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor actually had a better fantasy season than Aaron Rodgers did. But Aaron Rodgers was hurt. But Tyrod Taylor does have more weapons to work with now than he did in Buffalo. I think Big Merce is saying Tyrod Taylor's no good. Tyrod Taylor is he's average. You know, Tyrod Taylor is, where his numbers would say. The last couple of years, he was actually top 10 fantasy, but he slipped to 18 last year. Last year, you got to understand with the Buffalo Bills, too. They really didn't have any weapons. Like, the Bills had a shitload of fucking injuries last year at wide receiver. Their wide receivers sucked to begin with. Charles Clay was their leading wide receiver, and he's their tight end. Right? So, yeah, no, it is true. Listen, Tyrod Taylor, I said that he had to go. I knew the Bills had to move on from Tyrod Taylor, but the Bills, all the Bills' problems aren't rested on Tyrod Taylor. And I think we're going to find that out now. The Bills win total is 6.5. And I'm confused by the Bills win total. I'm a little concerned because the Buffalo Bills, we all know, drafted Josh Allen, right, out of Wyoming to be their quarterback. Yet word out of Buffalo is like he's not going to play. Okay. Josh Allen will not be the starter in week 1. And it's kind of weird. And it's almost like a Lonzo Ball situation in that it's like, yeah, this is great. Fuck. We drafted a guy 7th overall, but he's not good enough to beat Nate Peterman out for the job. And Nate Peterman is like way ahead of everybody. Like even AJ McCarron. Like, that's the word out of the Bills mini camp before. Now training camp's set to open again in a couple of days again. But, when they had their mini camp, it was basically that it was Nate Peterman, AJ McCarron, they were a little disappointed in. They thought maybe, a little more. You can't judge on the mini camp solely, but you know what I mean? AJ McCarron wasn't blowing anyone's socks off. And basically, Nate Peterman's #1 on the depth chart. And basically, Nate Peterman's going to be the Buffalo Bills starting quarterback this year. Now, we've been through this before. I don't want to see the big Nate Peterman bashing because no one really knows him. Unless you watch college football, I'm not going to, I don't respect what you're talking about. I don't want to hear, he threw 5 interceptions once. But that's not the point. The point is, Nate Peterman is a good project. Like, Nate Peterman is a decent prospect. Like, the Buffalo Bills aren't the only team that sees something in Nate Peterman. Like, there's something about Peterman people like. And, if given a chance, look, you know what I mean? Coaches like him. teammates like him and shit. There's something about him that people, they want to play for him. But the thing is, you just drafted a quarterback 7th overall. You take a player 7th overall, and for the love of God, you fucking trade it up. The guy better be a phenom. And I don't know. Like, it just seems to me that Josh Allen, I don't know. Number one, Josh Allen doesn't seem ready to play right now. Number two, is Josh Allen even going to be good when he does play? So now we've got to wait for Josh Allen to be ready. And now we got to hope that Josh Allen is good. The first preseason game, Ken, is next Thursday. Nah, McCarron only got $5 million a year, Chance. That's nothing for a quarterback in the NFL. Like, the fact that the fact that they're paying A.J. McCarron $5 million a year lets you everything you need to know about what they think about him. And it also lets you know what the rest of the league thinks about him, because nobody wanted A.J. McCarron. The Buffalo Bills were like the only team, and I got to tell you, this isn't to bash A.J. McCarron, because from what I've seen from A.J. McCarron, when he plays, he's okay. A.J. McCarron's one of these guys. We don't know if he's any good or not. He never really played enough. I mean, he was 2-2, I believe, in 4 games as a starter with the Cincinnati Bengals. No chance. He got $5 million, bro. So there's no responsibility to play him. That's where I'm going with this. You know what I mean? There's no responsibility to play AJ here. They don't owe him anything. It's $5 million. That's standard. It's less than standard for backup quarterback money in the NFL. They basically paid him to shut up and stand there, I guess. No, if you recall, Chance, or I guess you don't, but basically what happened was A.J. McCarron sued the Cincinnati Bengals because they're the Bengals. So, yeah, I told you, Ken, next Thursday. First NFL game next Thursday. So he basically sued the Cincinnati Bengals to get out of his contract. And I don't know the legalese as to why he was able to be successful in it, but he was. I don't know. Does it really matter? You know what I mean? I'm just saying there was a legal technicality in his contract that that he felt that he was getting screwed and he should have been a free agent a year earlier or whatever. And they seemed to agree. They said, all right, fuck. The Bengals didn't want any, you know what I mean? They were like, you want to go? Just fucking go. Because we're not going to play you anyways. But the thing is, I think A.J. McCarron thought that there'd be a few teams more that would be interested in him, right? But there really wasn't. There wasn't a hot market for A.J. McCarron. And the Buffalo Bills stepped up with a 2-year offer for $10 million. Not even guaranteed. Like, if he makes the team, he gets the $5 million this year type shit. He lasts the year. So it's not even a guaranteed deal. So it seemed like he was just a stop. It seemed like they brought him in just sort of have that veteran backup in case everything backfired here. But, it's kind of an ugly situation, isn't it? If you look at a quarterback situation, you got Nate Peterman, who's okay. I think Peterman can be okay, actually. I think Nate Peterman's going to surprise people, to be honest. But if you think, and this whole thing, this is where I'm going with this, is that if you're the Buffalo coaching staff and you guys like Nate Peterman this much, then fucking roll the dice on him. Then why didn't you draft other fucking people to help Nate Peterman then? You know what I mean? Who's our running back? LaShawn McCoy? Listen, I told you guys I didn't think LaShawn McCoy beat that woman up, and he didn't. All right? He's not getting suspended or anything like that. But there's LaShawn McCoy had the most yards, most carries for loss last year in the NFL. LaShawn McCoy LaShawn McCoy doesn't have the speed to get to the outside anymore. So LaShawn McCoy always fucking takes these fucking runs to the outside instead of just going straight. He always cuts it to the outside now, and he's not fast enough to get to the corner. And he loses yards all the time. He had like 21 carries for losses last year. He was most in the NFL by far, running backs. These fucking papers, that fucking glue never sticks. So I'm not, listen, you got Chris Ivory, you got LaShawn McCoy. I don't know, man. The Bills are a weird team, and being a Bills fan, you know, people are going to ask me what I think about them, and I really should have a better opinion on them. I need to fucking see them in camp here a little bit, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, are the Bills going to surprise? The Bills won 9 games last year. Are they really going to regress that much? Is Nate Peterman that much worse than Tyrod Taylor? They have Kelvin Benjamin for a whole season. Doug McDermott is a good defensive coach. I don't know. Like, I don't know about the Bills. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm sure there'll be more negativity than positivity. But the win total is 6.5. The Bills play hard. I mean, he is a good coach in that sense. He made a lot of mistakes as a rookie last year, McDermott. He made a lot of in-game mistakes, just little mistakes about when to go for it, when not to go for it. And you could tell at times he was a little overwhelmed. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's funny because McDermott is such a hard ass with everybody. Like, he wants perfection from his players, but he didn't give them perfection in his coaching decisions. But he was a rookie, so I'm going to give him a benefit of the doubt. I hope he becomes a better game manager. They're not going to be 3-13, Mohammed. Well, that's your opinion. You know what I mean? You're free to. If you think they're 3-13, then bet the under because it's 6.5. You got a lot of leeway there. I'm with Ralph Nunziata. I'm looking at the Buffalo Bills, and I'm thinking, all right, you know, are they a 7-9 team? You know, maybe. You know what I mean? Yeah, they were 9-7 last year. I don't really think they're much worse than last year, to be honest. You know? See you, Kelly. The problem with the Buffalo Bills is that schedule. Like, well, it is true. Mohammed is right about it. I'm leaning to the over. I got a slight lean to the over with the Bills. I think they could be a 7-9 team. I think Nate Peterman will be better than people think. They've got Kelvin Benjamin. One thing I like about the Bills this year, and I'm not saying the Bills are a playoff team, but what I'm saying is one thing I like about the Bills this year from just a betting perspective, or at least if you look at their football team, is the Buffalo Bills have 29 guys that are free agents. Like, basically, the Buffalo Bills told everybody on their team, none of you are good enough to get, like, we're not giving any of you an extension. Like, Kelvin Benjamin asked for an extension. And Brandon Beane, who even drafted him in Carolina, now general manager of the Bills, he said, listen, Kelvin, I fucking love you. That's why I traded for you to bring you here. But he said, quite frankly, I can't justify going to ownership to ask him for a contract for it. He goes, you're going to have to go out and prove it this year. And he goes, if you go out there and you have a great year, we're going to offer you a nice contract. And I guess the Bills had a meeting with all the players, and they told them that, like, point blank. They told everyone, if you guys are unhappy about us not giving you a contract extension, go out there and prove it. Go play football. And we'll talk about a contract after. But we're not just giving contract extensions to people anymore. So the Bills, man, like their roster next year could, like, that's what I'm saying with the Bills. Part of me thinks, holy fuck, something special can happen and they can surprise everyone again like last year. And then part of me is thinking, holy fuck, man, McDermott's looking to really blow this thing up, man. Like he's hell-bent to fucking clean house. So yeah, NFL football starts next Thursday night. And once the NFL preseason starts, we're going to be in it, guys. We're going to be capping preseason games and talking them, you know. All right, here's another degenerate play, although I never win this. This is one of the leagues where it's my nemesis, but whatever. I've been winning baseball this year, and I just lost fucking $300. So we've got fucking college basketball in the Philippines right now. There's a team winning by 13 points, but they're getting 7.5 points. Philippine NCAA basketball is the one fucking league I always have a hard time fucking finding like information on. All right, here it is. I'm on the Filipino page. If they have something about fucking, they have something about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard traded. Basketball. What are your standings? Fuck, you fucking weird website here in the Philippines. Fuck. Like they have all this information, but where's the standings? Right, who's fucking playing? The AU Chiefs and the LPU Pirates. Like when they have no like links on the team faces and logos and shit. It's fucking weird, man. Oh, here it is. Chiefs challenge perfect Pirates. Perfect. Here's a game preview. Already the first team to 3 wins in a 94 season of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Philippines University wants nothing more to be. The Pirates have their sights on a 4-0 start taking on Aurelio University. What's Aurelio's University? Fuck. They're 1-0. They're looking for a 4-0 start. Fuck. Oh, now we're getting 8.5. Fuck. They're up by 8 now only. I don't know, man. I want to take the underdog here. It's set plus 7.5 points, but they just hit a 3 too. I'm going in. We're going in. No turning back. Oh, fuck off. Now, of course, I say it at 6.5. You fuckers, man. Why? Why do you do this to me? All right, we're up by 11 points, fuck, all right? We're up by 11 and plus 6.5. I've been on tilt all night here. Like in games, today's soccer that I normally hit internationals, I lose in the 88th minute and shit. It's been one of those fucking days. They're plus 265 on the money line. They're up by 11. I'm going to 6.5. They just hit a 3. Nice. 31-17. They're plus 230 on the money line. Plus 215 on the money line. I don't know, man. The Chiefs seem to be kicking the shit out of the fucking Pirates. Will the Detroit Lions make the playoffs, Big Merce? No. I don't like Chance Briggs is right. The Bills are tough at home. I don't like the Detroit Tigers. I don't like that. I call them the Tigers. So I don't like the Detroit Lions hire Matt Patricia. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what he does. But I'm not overly, you know. If you look at the New England Patriots defense under Matt Patricia, they were never good. And if anything, the Patriots defense in the last era, the Matt Patricia era, have been shakier than ever. Dog Jenkins. No, I heard about it. What, the guy gets naked and starts yelling fucking racist shit and gets all naked to fight the Taliban? I like how they always blame Borat after, too. They're like, he fooled me. It's like, well, listen, you're a stupid idiot, fuck. Like, it's not his fault. I'll give credit to that Matt Getz guy, the Republican from Florida. He's the only one that didn't fall for Borat. He fell for the interview, but he didn't, he wouldn't say stupid things. I'll give him credit, actually. Because Borat was, Sacha Cohen was trying to get him to fucking say it would be a good idea to fucking put the guns in hands of kindergarten kids. And basically he got 6 Republicans to say it's a good idea to arm 4-year-old children. As long as they're trained by the NRA, of course, properly. So he figured he'd get Getz, because Getz is kind of trying to be sort of this, right-wing star guy. So, Sacha Cohen figured, all right, I'll set this guy up. And you got to give credit to him. He made him repeat. He goes, so you're asking me whether I think it's a good idea to give guns to 4-year-olds? And he's like, yes. And he's like, many of your colleagues think it's a good idea. And he's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. No. He's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. And, it sort of blew the whole skit because he didn't fall for it, right? Yeah, the whole thing is, too, he never told Sarah Palin he was a vet or anything like that. She's lying. She was just trying to fucking look less stupid than she already looks on a daily basis. Yeah, there's a ton of rule changes in the NFL. I didn't see it, but what's the name of that pedophile guy in Alabama there? The alleged pedophile? Oh, Roy Moore. Yeah, I guess he got Roy Moore pretty good. Roy Moore is said, he fooled me. It's like, dude, if you say stupid shit, he didn't fool you. You said the stupid shit. I guess the one this week is really bad. He got some Georgia congressman to fucking get naked and shit. For some reason, I guess this week he pretended he was, I haven't seen the show, but I see the clips and shit online. So I guess he fucking convinced some fucking Georgia Congress guy or House representative or whatever. Sacha Cohen pretended to be a Israeli commando. So he came and he trained this dude in Georgia, but he got the guy in Georgia to take his pants off. He said that the Taliban hate male nudity, so the way to fight them is to show them your body. And the guy took his pants down, fucking showed his ass to the camera and said, fuck you, Taliban. And for some reason started dropping N-bombs. And somehow this is fucking Sacha Cohen's fault. It's like, all he really does is just put it on a tee. And the thing is, I see this and I'm thinking, and you know what? And people vote for this guy. You know what I mean? This is a representative of a government. And he just got naked to fight the Taliban. This strain here is Cherry OG. I actually don't mind it. Cherry OG. Jazz not around here this evening, but yeah, Cherry OG, Jazz strain. Very good. Yeah. Like he's getting people to do some pretty. I got to check this show out. Everyone, I've been asked like 10 times today. Did you see that show? I haven't seen it. I got to check it out. It's just so stupid that I almost don't want to watch it. It's like I'm already aware they're stupid. Exactly, Paul. Like people actually vote this guy in. Like he'll go on Fox News and do serious interviews and shit. It's like, dear God, man. Yeah, there's fucking. You got to get. Hey, you give him credit. He knows how to stir the pot. This guy, huh? Guys, we're up 35-19 right now. They're down to 130 on the money line. Fuck, it's a rout. One thing I was gonna say though about this Filipino shit is all their basketball leagues are the same. Fuck. Like one team will kill one team in one quarter, but the other team always comes back. I should let you know that. One team will always go on a run, and the other team, like, you'll think, oh, fuck, look, they outscored them by 20. They must be better than them. And then the other quarter, it'll be the opposite. But, look, we were getting, we got 6.5 here. I'm watching it. I don't see it live, but I'm watching just like the Bet365 screen, and it's crazy. Like, the AU Chiefs fucking seem to have the ball way more. Like, they're always taking shots and shit. You know what I mean? Like when the Pirates get the ball, it's a quick possession, boom, right away. AU gets it, Pirates just missed a shot. Boom, AU Chiefs in possession. Let's go. Hit bury another one. Fuck. No, they turned it over. Probably should have just jumped on because they probably won't cover, right? Point spreads are a scam. I'm going to talk about this at the IPC this year about how point spreads are a scam. So, if the LPU Pirates come back, they probably come back and fucking kill them. Or AU wins the game outright. I don't know. I should have just taken a plus fucking 260 when I had the chance on the money line. I don't know. The Pirates are fucking 4-0 on the year. 5-3 in this baseball game. They're in the 7th inning right now. Angels are batting in the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th inning. White Sox are minus 350. The Angels are plus 265. In-game total, 10.5. Over 10.5, minus 105. Under 10.5, minus 125. What's up, Matthias? And I'm glad we see Matthias because before we get out of here, we're going to end the show in a couple of minutes. But before we get out of here, I'm glad Matthias because I want to bring this shit up. I'll talk about this with Big Man on the radio tomorrow. Is this Ozil stuff. It's pretty ugly, man. So Ozil retired, fuck. Ozil says, I'm never playing for the German team ever again. And people in Germany are basically saying, good, fuck you. And it's getting ugly. And it's, listen, I'm not there. Matthias is. I'm not in Germany, so I don't really know the full context of everything. But essentially, he's saying that, the people are being racist towards them. And the thing is, he took a picture with the Turkish dictator. Fuck. Right? He took a picture with the Turkish dictator. And he's all pissed off that people are pissed off about it. Because his mother's Turkish, and, you know, he says, I'm German, I live in Germany, but I'll always be Turkish as well. And, you know, it's not a political stance that I took a picture with this guy. Yeah, but the guy's a dictator, and he's kind of a brutal dictator. I didn't realize this. Did you know that so, yeah, did you know in Turkey they won't show fucking New York Knicks games now because of Cantor? I didn't know that. I knew that, buddy. I know that Aragon fucking hated Cantor and like he's charged him and shit, right? He says that he's a terrorist. But I didn't realize that in Turkey the government ordered that the Knicks aren't on TV. Seriously, like NBA basketball is on TV in Turkey, but the Knicks are not allowed on TV there because of Cantor now. Any team that Cantor's on, they will not show on TV. It's banned. So now it comes, though. So now the Bayern Munich coach is basically shit on Ozil. So now Bayern basically said, whatever, good riddance, fuck. And is saying that Ozil's been overrated for years. He's fucking shit. He's a big drama queen, and it's time to move on anyways. So like I said, it's getting ugly. Ozil's playing the race card. Ozil's saying that you know, Germans are racist, essentially. That, you know, when he said when we win, I'm German. When we lose, I'm an immigrant. And people in Germany are saying, we never talked about any of this immigrant shit. That basically it's just you. It's just you saying this, you know? And like I said, it's getting ugly. German Football Association emphatically rejects any racism accusations. He says that he's been treated unfairly by the German Federation because he's Turkish. As I stated, and in Germany, they're saying, fucking, you know what, dude, you weren't playing well, fuck, all right? All right, now here comes the defense fund. Here's from ESPN FC. Mesut Ozil. Ozil created more chances per match, 5.5, than any player at the 2018 World Cup. Fox Soccer, numbers never lie. Mesut Ozil's 2018 World Cup performance actually compares favorably to when Germany won it all. 2014, chances created 3.1. 2018, chances created 5.5. Pass accuracy, 87%, 2014. Pass accuracy, 2018, 89%. Total touches, 61, 2014. 93, 2018. Tackles won, 40%, 2014. 56%, 2018. Mesut Ozil is Germany's all-time assist leader, national assist leader with 33. Uli Hoeneß. I'm happy this episode is over. He's played like crap for years. He won his last tackle before the 2014 World Cup, and now he hides himself in his garbage performances behind this photo with Uruguay. Leroy Sané says Ozil needs some space. Respect his decision. Don't forget Sané got left off the roster. Basically, I think Ozil feels as though he's being blamed for the performance. He says, when we win, I'm German. When we lose, I'm an immigrant. Yet, you know what? He's not the only one that said that. Here's Benzema from France. When I score, I'm French. When I don't, I'm an Arab. Lukaku. When things go well, I was Lukaku, the Belgian striker. When things don't go well, I'm the Belgian striker of Congolese descent. There's clearly some resentment among a lot of players. German Federation, we empathetically reject being linked to any form of racism towards Mesut Ozil. Now there's a debate as to whether he should have taken a picture with the leader of Turkey. Somebody on Twitter, very interesting, wondering why none of Ozil's German teammates have made any statements to support him. Couple of reasons. Number one, it would be a career-limiting move. Will kill your national career. Plus, Bayern Munich rule the Bundesliga. Number two, they're all weasels. All right, so I mentioned about Bayern Munich President Ho. Honus is no better. This is from Ozil's agent. Honus is no better than the people Mesmet mentioned in his statement. He's purposely ignored this wider point, and he has done so on purpose. Honus knows what he's doing, issuing crazy comments about Mesut's football he thinks will create a big reaction, will cover the real issue. The issue that he and many in Germany are scared to confront, an issue that prefer to be swept under the carpet because he can't face the uncomfortable truth. He shows the depth of his character and true personality by ignoring this and making idiotic comments about football. We will not let him succeed. Mesut has given everything for Germany on and off the pitch, contributed more to the country than he could ever dream of. Like I said, it's getting ugly, man. New York Times even writing about it. 4 years ago, Mesut Ozil was a German hero and soccer star. Now he's at the center of a national debate about ethnicity, identity, politics, and sports. Ozil, newspapers will try to turn the nation of Germany against me. They didn't criticize my performances. They criticized my Turkish ancestry. We'll talk with Big Man about this tomorrow on the radio show. But, yeah, Luke, I was on the Pirates tonight, buddy. What's up, Luke? I was on the Pirates tonight. You're right, King Ganja. This is like worse than a national anthem issue here in Germany. I don't know. Listen, I'm not in Germany. Matthias is, right? So, I mean, you look at Germany and German soccer is pretty multicultural. And I can't speak for it, right? But from an outside observer, I don't think it's so much the Turkish stuff. I think it's the fact. I think the picture with the president of Turkey pissed people off. That's a fact. I think that's what really, really set this off. what's crazy is he's only 29 years old. But I don't know the level of racism or, towards Ozil. I don't, how the hell do I know? Fuck, I'm in Canada. Well, okay, I'm glad you brought that up, Sandu, actually. I'm glad you brought that up because Ozil actually stated that. He said, I don't understand why, and he didn't name his name, but he goes, I don't understand. He goes, I took a picture with the president of Turkey, and another player took a picture with a dictator and didn't face the same scrutiny. The thing is, Mo Salah told Egypt after that he may never play for them again, too. So it's to say he did. Mo Salah did get heat for that. And the thing is, the difference is Mo Salah didn't have a choice. That guy is a warlord in Russia. That Chechenian fucking guy is a warlord. And they showed up and knocked at his door and said, listen, he's waiting for you downstairs. There was nothing he could do. You know what I mean? And Mo Salah was pissed after. He pretended, because the guy's Muslim, right? So he sort of pretended, Mo, like in the picture there. But after he basically stated that it was bullshit that the Egyptian Federation fucking didn't protect him from shit like that. What are you going to say to a fucking warlord dictator? Fuck. If that Chechenian guy with that fucking beard knocked on my door and said, we take picture, I'm taking a picture with him. Fuck. You know what I mean? I'm taking a picture with him. Yeah, I'm taking a fucking picture. See, that's the thing. He played, I know. Listen, like I said, he never takes that picture with Aragon, what's his name, Aragon. He never takes that picture. This isn't happening. The picture is what put people over the top because they were like, you play for Germany. What are you taking a picture with the fucking president of Turkey for? And secondly, the guy's a fucking brutal dictator. Right? So, that's the, Exactly, Paulo. Yeah, like when Mo Salah never asked to be with that guy. That guy's one of the biggest, scariest dudes in the fucking world. All right? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? His fucking goon squad showed up at the hotel and fucking the Egyptian program told him, listen, you go with these people. You know what I mean? Like, there was no, Salah doesn't go, man. He basically doesn't play. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to fucking get him type shit. Like, he got roped into it. But the thing is, he bitched about it after. Like, Ozil's, defending it. Mo Salah actually complained. Now, he kept it quiet because he doesn't want to piss the fucking dictator off too much. But it was known that Salah was fucking pissed after. Like, that he was fucking livid. You know what I mean? Because Salah didn't want to be with this dictator guy in a picture. But what was he going to do? Man, soccer in the World Cup, man, it brings out emotions. And like Matthias, he's born in Germany. He's German. It's true. He's born in Germany. You're right. Hey, I'll take a picture. Fuck. Habib hangs around with that guy too. So does Fabricio Verdum. What are you going to do? Fuck. You know what I mean? It's sort of like when Pablo Escobar was alive. Pablo Escobar used to bring the Colombian soccer team up and play, right? And the Colombian soccer team, not all of them liked it. You know what I mean? They didn't want to all go there, but fucking, what are you going to do? You're in Colombia, and Pablo Escobar says, you know what? I want the entire soccer team to come here. Okay, you say, well, you know what? I don't want to go. Well, what do you think is going to happen to you, fuck? Yeah, well, honestly, what do you think would happen to you? We know what happened to fucking the poor guy that fucking scored on his own net there that time. They killed him, fuck. You know, it was funny too, like when France won, there was a minor, it's funny, the British media tried to make the British tried to make a big deal out of it, but nobody in France was pissed. It's funny. And oh yeah, Luis Suarez in Uruguay was angry. But if you notice, after when France won the World Cup, Griezmann had a Uruguayan flag wrapped around his shoulder. Not for the whole time, you know what I mean? But it was basically after in the room there. Fuck, somebody gave him a Uruguayan flag, and Griezmann put the Uruguayan flag on his shoulder. And he was asked then, why do you have a Uruguayan flag on your fucking shoulder? And he said that when he was young, and basically someone very, very close to him who taught him everything that he knows about the sport and taught him to play is Uruguayan. And he says, I have this flag because I'm thinking of him and I honor him. And he looked into the camera because the guy's still alive. And he goes, I honor you. And he said, I'm thinking of you and everything you taught me. And, you know, I think of Uruguay and what you taught me. So then right away, fucking the British tabloids the next day. Oh, Griezmann traitor to his French roots. It's like, no, he's not. Griezmann said, he even said right after, he goes, I can't wait to get home to France and celebrate. And, you know, he basically stated, fuck, one of my mentors is Uruguayan. I've been to Uruguay and I learned football in Uruguay. I guess he went to like a soccer camp there or something. You know, and he said, I used to go and play, you know, at a camp and fucking, you know, one of my fucking best coaches of my life is Uruguayan. And he said, I'm thinking of you. It was a nice gesture. He said, I'm thinking of you. And he had the flag. And Luis Suarez, fucking, how dare you? You're not Uruguayan. You didn't earn the right to hold that flag. Griezmann didn't respond to fucking him. The British media was all, and it's funny, no one gave a shit in France. Everyone said, well, no, it's his mentor. And you know what I mean? They're like, no, it's not disrespectful of France. You know, he likes France. You know, like he never said anything bad about France. Like people just try to always just stir shit up, right? See, I didn't know that. The godfather of his child is Uruguayan. So it's like, Luis Suarez should shut the fuck up. Exactly. What up, Sonny Big? Exactly. Luis Suarez, go bite somebody, fuck. All right? Luis Suarez is like, you don't know what it's like to be Uruguayan. And it's like, whatever, dude. He's not wearing your Uruguayan football jersey, all right? He held the flag up for a second to pay honor to somebody, fuck. And he ain't honoring you. You're a dickhead. So... Exactly, Paulo. Like, I look at Paulo, I look at that. I look at him with that Uruguay flag. It's the same way when players exchange jerseys after and shit. You know what I mean? Exactly, Bobbert. When my grandfather, man, I told my grandfather played in the Olympics shit. My grandfather was a linesman. It's funny. He told me about how in like the 60s, he refereed and it was Russia and the Czech Republic and stuff. And he said after the game, this fucking big Czech fucking guy came up to him and he was like, oh shit, fuck, I think they're pissed about the game. And like all these Czech guys came up and they gave him a jersey and they gave him a flag of the country. And he told me, they said they folded up this Czech flag and they gave it to him and they sort of said, you know, great game. Here's a gift. This is our flag. They gave him a jersey. You know what I mean? So is that like, oh, what are you giving the Canadian guy a flag for? Because they gave it to him as a gift, as a sign of respect. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather had it too. He had like this fucking mini, it was like a smaller size, whatever, old Czech Republic flag, Czechoslovakia. They were communists in those days still, right? That's sports. It's called, that's what sports is. It's, you know, sports isn't supposed to be a war. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing with soccer. You're supposed to respect the other countries after. I like to know. I don't know if any of you guys know. You guys would know a lot more than I would about this. I don't know if any of you guys know this. Like, where does Luis Suarez live? Where does Luis Suarez live? I bet you he doesn't even live in Uruguay. Like, honestly, where does Luis Suarez live? I'm talking like in the off season and shit. Like in the off season, where does he spend his life in the off season? You know what I mean? Not just for like the club team. I bet you, does he go back to Uruguay? It was sort of like, I didn't like when Chael Sonnen talked shit all the time to Anderson Silva, but once he had a good line. He's like, I've spent more time in Brazil than you have. Fuck. He's like, you keep saying you're from Brazil. He goes, you live in LA, you live in Miami. He goes, you're never even in Brazil. It was actually good. And it got people in Brazil sort of talking. They're like, yeah, he's kind of right. Fuck, you know, Anderson doesn't live here. That's one good thing you'll say for yeah, so he lives in Barcelona. So that's like people in Spain telling him, you don't live here. You didn't earn your right to live here in Spain. You're not Spanish. Suarez is an asshole, right? That's just the thing. All right, 8th inning, Angels. Pujols just got on. You know what, Pujols? I would have preferred if you would have got a fucking hit when the bases were loaded before, man. You notice I didn't call him a jackass, though. I don't know if Manziel's going to start Thursday. We'll probably know tomorrow. But we're going to wrap things up here tonight. Fun times, talking sports, baseball stadiums, a little soccer on the way out here. We'll be on the radio tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Big Man on Campus will join us. See, look at this. This is what I was talking about. Holy shit. The LPU Pirates have come all the way back. It's 41-37 now. I told you, fuck. LPU's outscored them 18-8 in the second. We're winning by 4 still right now. The in game is plus 8.5. They're at the half. There's fucking handball. I hate handball. Handball is the most accurate fucking sport, man. Like the right now, the in-game total in this handball game, Lebanon and Yemen, is 65.5. Fuck. I'm telling you right now, it'll end at either 65 or 66. Like if you've ever tracked in-game handball and live-in handball, it's insane how accurate the numbers are. I'm really on tilt though, because it's sort of what I said, but now I think the AU Chiefs can come back in the third quarter. Like I said, the Filipino League bounces around, man, quarter to quarter. So they've scored 78 points. Yeah, I think it probably goes over, but I don't know. It probably goes over, but I don't know. We did okay in baseball tonight. Not great. Not as good as we normally do. We'll get back on track in the morning. We'll have some soccer. We'll be online. Here's Ohtani at the plate. I guess I'm technically still alive in this game. We're down by 2. I need Ohtani to hit a home run, tie the game, and then somehow the Angels win by 2 runs later. Come on, Ohtani. Nearly hit him. 2-0 to Ohtani. Pujols at first. Fry on the hill. That was some good analysis by the guy. Who was that, Gubiza? Yeah. Man, Gubiza's good, fuck. Mark Gubiza just said that Fry throws fastball 70% of the time to left-handed hitters. He goes, fucking fastball's coming. And Ohtani knew. Ohtani was going for fastball too, but Ohtani missed it. It's amazing, man, these fucking pitchers, man, like how smart some of these guys are. Fuck, with to know what's coming next and how to work a hitter. It's a nice pitch by Fry. Fry fucking handcuffed him on the inside of the plate. 3-2 count to Ohtani. Ohtani doesn't really know these pitchers either, right? So it's harder for him. But fastball's coming, bro. There it is, and he missed. Ohtani looks a little bit distraught. He looks confused, like he just got confused up there. That was an ugly swing by Ohtani. Fry's got some nice stuff. We didn't hear from Kenny tonight because we didn't have anybody join us. Kenny? All right, check out the SBR videos tomorrow. Check out the SBR videos. The countdown is on. We'll see you in Vegas at the IFBC. We'll be on the radio tomorrow at 4. Give us a thumbs up if you have it. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.